Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WrestleBuddy Watch Along for NXT Halloween Havoc 2022. I am Nick the Geek, and I'm joined today by two fantastic panelists. I'm joined by the Quizmaster, Matty Laws himself. How are you doing, sir, now that your laptop is finally working?
Doing good, doing really good. Just wondering why we're getting a Cody Rhodes promo whenever we should be getting the Halloween Havoc startup, but I'm doing good. Sorry, I missed the table earlier.
It's okay. And we are joined once again by the man I spent some time with earlier on today. We are joined by the captain. Captain, how the hell are you doing?
I am doing good after a nice little drive south. I'm now in my quarters for the evening before the night's adventures. But in the meantime, I was like, hey, why not watch some wrestling with two of my best friends?
That's what we like to hear.
How you doing, Russell?
Hello, Russ.
Tidy. Because it's always time for Cody, I guess. Man.
Hello, boys. Oh, it should be a good night tonight, guys. I'm really looking forward to the main event. Main event's going to be an absolute banger because it doesn't matter how many insecurities Braun Breaker has, Dragunov and Devlin will completely hammer them out of him.
And we're starting off on fire, too, with that ladder match.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a one Von Wagner guy, but they need to make up the numbers for the match, so...
Yeah, why is Von Wagner in the match? Can you logically explain that to me, Nick?
I can't logically explain it to you, except that they needed to make up the numbers, so they just shoved Von Wagner in the match. I think it's because Solo Sikoa is now on the main roster, so they needed somebody to fill his spot.
Yeah, someone to be the power guy.
Mm-hmm. What is with Chucky?
There's got to be something with the Chucky series on Peacock. That's got to be the only reason.
Especially on USA.
And it's good. It's good to see Kaylee Ray back. I'm not calling her Alba Fire.
No, her name's Kaylee Ray, and it is good to see her back. I mean, she's never had the best look, and I think the new look is a vast improvement on that.
And she's done very well for herself around the world. It's just every time she starts getting that big momentum, she gets hurt.
Yeah. Tegan Knox.
Kind of like Ahmed Johnson, only without the momentum.
Oh, shit. Ilya held the belt overhead during the KO show. Yeah. He's not winning.
No.
A good old-fashioned ambulance match. I can't recall having seen one of these in a long time. I think of ambulance match, I think of Mike Awesome. I don't know why. I guess it's because the first ambulance match I ever saw.
Hello, David.
When I think of ambulance matches, I think of the one that was it was Roman versus Braun at Great Balls of Fire. And Roman literally spears himself into the ambulance and Braun wins.
Okay, I could see that.
Is that Keith Lee and Drag? No.
That is Quincy Elliott. And
that is.
I really like that Shotzi brought back her Joker gear.
I will say this is not the most outrageous Halloween Havoc set I've ever seen.
No, it's more NXT 2.0. Bright colors, bright colors, bright colors.
So I do like the tribute to the spin the wheel, make the deal in the background there.
That was cool.
I heard rumors that we're going to be getting a PLE from NXT soon.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I heard something about it being in late November or early December.
Something about December 10th I heard, but...
No, I think I heard it was on a... I think they're booking it on the same night as Full Gear.
Tony Khan's not going to be happy about that.
No. It's not Full Gear. It's Final Battle, so it is in December.
Yeah.
It's programmed on the same night as, thank you, David.
Come on.
It's a final battle.
Sorry, Tony. If you're gonna play with the big boys, you gotta be willing to put up with some stuff. But also at the same time, even back when WCW was hot, they never did their pay-per-views on the same weekends, though.
No.
Which
I think it's just Triple H was he's a little bit bitter that NXT lost the Wednesday Night War. So now he's like, fine, I will crush you with the roster of the main. I will crush you with the weight of the main roster.
You think he's a little bit bitter? Did you not hear that interview?
Just a tad.
They beat our developmental. Good for them. He's just a little bitter?
Just a tad. A little bit.
That is old man yelling at clouds levels of angry.
You're at a pointless war. Good old Abe Simpson.
Quick thanks to everyone who's joining us tonight. Tidy, Dave, Russ, all you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. It means the world.
Hey, you guys already hopped on. You guys hopped in quick. Russ bringing up the fact that Cena and Kane had an ambulance match. Yes, they did. And
yes,
I don't remember it being good at all.
It was not good. The last remaining rascal.
Did you see Wentz and Trey Miguel partnering up on the Indies again with the oh my God, what's his name? Desmond Xavier.
Yeah. The original Rascals.
Yeah, seeing them team together again made me so happy.
They're a fantastic team.
I love the Rascals, but then again, I'm a stoner young guy.
Yeah,
it fits. And given enough time to develop a little more, Wesley can be like that top tier cruiserweight that they need.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculously hot babyface too. And speaking of baby faces, only a mother could love, Von Wagner.
I still think it's funny that Robbie E ended up as Robert Stone. He went from fist pumping his way down to the ring in TNA to this.
To being a suit manager.
Yeah.
I saw someone say it on Twitter, I think, or was it one of us on the podcast, that they should have used Robert Stone in the Maximum Male Models as opposed to LA Knight.
Yeah, they should have. That would have made a lot more sense.
He stole my hat.
Aside from the braids, that is like your most vanilla, like monster heel.
Yeah.
See, this is why whenever Carmelo Hayes goes on main roster, I will be sad that he probably won't be bringing Trick with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching Carmelo Hayes at the last NXT TakeOver event I watched with you guys, and he was one of the more impressive guys on the card.
Yeah. Carmelo's really good. Like,
it was him and Ricochet.
Carmelo gets his gimmick. He understands who he is as a character.
And his in-ring work is phenomenal.
Yeah.
How old is he?
20
Early
something.
20s?
20 something.
I came to know about him as Christian Casanova on the Independents, and I was about to say, dude is one hell of a talent.
Yeah. Like, he is leaps and bounds ahead of most of this division. And I think the only reason that he's still on NXT and not on the main roster is because there's no room for him on the main roster right now.
I think they'll definitely find room for him and Braun Breaker after Mania.
Especially Breaker. Especially Breaker.
Thank you, Tidy, and thank you, David.
So like MJF, Austin Theory, Carmelo, guys who are still in their 20s. Are there any others that are at that age that really are
get it that well? At
you know,
28.
that are, you know, as
In terms of like youth and like
Darby gets it.
Yeah, Darby 100% gets his character.
Darby gets it. Jungle Boy doesn't get it.
Not yet.
Not yet. He'll
He's
get there,
getting
but Jack Perry doesn't get it yet. Sammy Guevara gets it.
He needs
as much as I'm not a fan of his.
Jack Perry doesn't have any oomph in his promos. Like he needs his the way he carries himself. He needs to get some to him.
Yeah, I agree. A bit of chutzpah.
So, quick question, as I guess it is the only person in this match I don't know. Who is the fifth guy?
You mean the dude who entered second?
Yeah, Oro, I think is his name.
I have absolutely no idea. Guys in the comments, who is number 5? I don't watch NXT on a weekly basis yet. So I stopped watching NXT weekly after the Black and Gold died.
Same. I'm starting to get more into it, but I still have not seen this gentleman who is in the ring with Carmelo and Nathan.
No, it looks like No Way Jose's little brother.
Well, that one wasn't near as good.
No.
Again, Wesley is another guy that he just needs time to develop a character a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because right
now, he knows who he is in the ring.
He's the happy-go-lucky high flyer.
Yeah.
But give him a character, and like I said, he's going to be one of the better stars. Because he's good on the microphone. I think he was probably one of the better on the microphone of the Rascals.
Yeah, he was funny. It's hard to be funny.
Yeah.
Well, as we were talking about before the show, Robin Williams, when he was asked once about humor, he said it's either instant or it sucks dead air, and there's no in between.
Yeah, completely agree with that statement.
Now, to those who might not know Nathan Frazier as well, Nick, you want to explain to the fans who might not know?
Nathan Frazier, in short, is Seth Rollins' protege. He is Seth's #1 student from his training school.
That was a hell of a T-bone.
He literally packed up everything he had to go to wrestling training at Seth Rollins Academy. The guy is in his early 20s. I think he's about 24, 25. His athleticism is off the chain. Like, he's so good and clean. Simon would be an even better person to talk about than me because he's Simon's boy. Right? But Nathan is a highly...
It was actually pretty fun on the table today. You didn't have... I said it was fun on the table today. You didn't have to mute Simon once.
I know. I was amazed.
I will say, though, number 5 in this match, I'm so sorry I don't know your name, bro. But he's doing really well. He's impressing me.
Something Mensa, I think his name is.
So I had his first name, so it's Oro Mensa. I might have to go back and see more of him because I'm actually really liking what I'm seeing in this match.
Yeah, he's good.
Uber athletic.
Come on, Wes, get him.
Yeah.
Wesley also needs a better name. Whenever I hear the name Wesley, I think of Wesley Crusher from Star Trek The Next Generation, and that's not a comparison you want to make for a professional wrestler.
Woo.
I think of Brad Wesley from Roadhouse. Wesley!
Great movie.
I just think of some story I heard about.
It's the one Patrick Swayze movie that I will watch anytime. I love it.
Yeah.
And you get some Terry Funk in there. I mean, Terry Funk.
Yeah, you can't beat a bit of Terry Funk getting beat up in a bar.
Wow. That was really good from Nathan Frazier.
Oh! That wasn't what Wagner just dropped him on his head.
Good That's okay. God. That's one of Seth Rollins' boys. He's probably made of fucking rubber.
Right, this is true.
Do you think CrossFit training? Do you think CrossFit training is a requirement to train with Seth Rollins?
Yes.
Because we interviewed
if you
Kaya
look at
McKenna.
Nathan Frazier's frame, If you look at Nathan Fraser's frame, he is definitely a CrossFit guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we talked with
I've
Kaya
known a couple
McKenna
guys that have
about a
done
year
that, and
ago.
basically, all you do is work out really fast and puke.
Yeah, it's really fast, really intense, and there's like I think minute rest periods in between like really intense workouts.
Yeah, it is. And you swap from machine to machine, from exercise to exercise, really, really fast. Just dum 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 dum. But there's not a lot of weight training in CrossFit.
No, it's mostly cardio and endurance training.
No. Nice, Nathan.
That was beautiful. And I guess smart of Carmelo to hold on to the ladder so nobody gets hurt from it. However, that looked like that hurt.
Yeah, especially Wesley's tailbone.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Right to the coccyx.
What makes you think that was smart?
Yeah, at no point do you think to yourself, oh, I know, I'm going to throw myself on this ladder on the other guy. That won't hurt at all.
We just got a scissor kick and no reaction from Booker T.
I know.
This kid is
Probably doesn't
really
want them
impressive.
stealing one of his signature moves.
Probably just not happy. I'll pretend that didn't happen, brother.
Yeah, Timmy, I really hope Nathan didn't get hurt off of that, but it'd be a miracle if he wasn't. That was smooth. I mean, it's cliche because it's his catchphrase,
Cheers,
but Mello
Timmy.
don't miss. So it does have weights. Just some of it is quick sets of alternating exercises. They do weights. They crazy cross trainers.
Yeah, it is Jeff Healy on guitar. Blind ass Jeff Healy.
No, that was
That was
insane.
like a double springboard inverted Spanish fly onto a ladder.
Did you get a chance to watch the Vikingo versus Ray Phoenix match from Triple
I have
Mania?
not. I have not yet.
They do that spot, and bro, I need to see more reverse Spanish flies because those are gorgeous.
It's technically just a double moonsault.
Technically, yeah.
This is going to suck for you. Nice
Oh,
reversal.
Wes. Insecurity. That didn't even connect, but okay.
Von Wagner sucks so bad.
And you would think Shawn Michaels would understand that.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing about Shawn as a trainer. You'd think Shawn would be the perfect person to train anybody in ring.
Oh, wait, no, he's too busy. He's too busy dealing with Logan Paul and helping him work out for the Saudi
Yeah, at
show.
the moment he is. God help us. I can't wait to see Roman Reigns absolutely kill that kid.
Oh, you know we're going to get a fucking 30-minute match.
Yeah.
That match isn't going to be a squash. It's going for like 30 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Ah!
Cleared the ropes and everything.
Oh, dear God. Now we got the managers.
Yeah, if I'm Robbie Yee, I'm staying the hell away from Trick Williams. There's a massive size disparity.
What is the hair that...
I don't understand that haircut.
Like, he's got this...
You hit him with a shoe. Who hits people with a shoe?
Oh!
Oh, right to the
yam
bag.
bag so hard.
You hit like a woman. All right. I'm actually having to kill my computer feed for Peacock, and I'm putting the event on my phone because this Wi-Fi in this hotel is not up to par. So
Yeah.
I'm looking one way and then looking the other.
It's okay. I'm doing the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, good old hotel Wi-Fi. Can't beat it.
It's about as bad as hospital Wi-Fi, really.
You use the Wi-Fi at hospitals?
Oh, yeah. Dude, when I go to hospital,
When I've
I'm in
been
hospital
in,
for
yes.
long periods of time. You're damn right I use the Wi-Fi.
What do you think I'm going to do? Sit there and watch reruns of Andy Griffith?
Hell no.
I remember the last time I spent like time in a hospital visit, they had King of Queens on repeat, like on a marathon, and I was so happy. I love Kevin James.
I like him in short bursts. I like King of Queens because of Frank Costanza.
Mm-hmm. And
Dave reckons Roman and Logan will be about 25 minutes. I could agree with that.
Logan's got the cardio to go a good piece.
doesn't Logan Paul also do CrossFit?
Wouldn't
Vaughn
surprise
is
me.
trying to hurt the crowd.
Maddie, when are you going to get on the CrossFit train? You and Dev.
Never.
I can just see that devolving into a Donnybrook.
As I always say, I know a guy named Jim. I do not work out in one.
Yes, Nathan, please take Von Wagner out of this match.
Boom!
Oh!
Good, sweet Mary, mother of God.
Oh, thank God Von Wagner has been taken out of this match.
That was a beautiful frog splash.
This has been a real showcase for Nathan Frazier.
As it should have been. This should really be the coming out match for Nathan Frazier.
Yeah.
He
needs better gear. He's wearing Tyler Black circa 2007 gear.
Is there
but that's not
on
too
their
bad.
feet at this point? Everybody's down.
That Oro Mensa is really doing some selling there.
There, he was not. He was just sat there chilling, waiting for his moment, then spotted the camera and went, shit, sell.
Yeah,
sell,
he's
sell,
like,
sell. Nice.
That poor guy's going to have trouble sitting down tonight.
Dude, oh, that was nice. Carmelo Hayes is going to be a top 10 wrestler of the year in a couple of years. I'm calling it now.
Carmelo Hayes is a future U.S. Intercontinental Champion without a shadow of a doubt.
You don't see world title in his future?
Not yet. Maybe, but not yet. I don't care what anyone says. It takes a special kind of person to be able to carry the world championship.
It
You
does.
can't just slap that belt on anyone and expect it to make gold.
I understand that, but do you not see that happening with Carmelo Hayes?
Eventually, I can see him becoming that, but at the moment, I see him as a solid mid-carder.
Okay.
I don't think he's got the chops to carry the world title yet.
I understand.
I think it will happen for him, but it's going to take some more time.
Back in the territory,
Von Wagner's back. Fuck.
You know, it was the panel of the promoters, like the world champion was voted on, like because we think this guy can carry the load, because the touring schedule alone for the NWA world champion back in the day was enough to kill most human beings.
Yeah, it was like one town every 2-3 days.
Yeah. Other than Ric Flair, he thrived in that. That was why Harley Race got it but kept giving it up, because he hated the schedule. Flair loved that.
Oh, dear God. Please be careful.
Ow!
Ah!
That table did not break.
Jeez Louise.
Logan, where are you? You were supposed to break.
Hello.
That looked so painful. I swear to fuck.
Yes, Nathan.
Thank you.
Thank God for that.
Oh my God, he is the worst.
I hate Von Wagner so much. Get it, Nathan. Don't waste time.
Oh no, not again. Dear God. For the love of fuck.
Von Wagner better not win this.
Dude, the more I'm watching this, the more I'm getting worried that he's going to.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're getting more quiet.
Because it's like, no, not now. Not
That's
the beginning of the
impending
show.
doom. And those eyes rolled over white.
For the love of Christ, go down.
Just stay down, you big lummox.
Sometimes it takes a few shots with a ladder to put a guy down.
And in this case, it is definitely a few shots.
There's actually a "Let's Go Wagner" sign in the crowd.
I know. Well, there had to be one, didn't there? Everyone has at least one fan.
Yeah. Even Glenn Gilberti. Sigh. What in the hell are they about to do?
Now, this would be a match I wouldn't be opposed to seeing.
Nah, that'd be a really good match.
Oh.
This is going to suck for somebody. Couple of shots to the face.
It's going to suck for somebody, and that somebody's not going to be Carmelo Hayes.
Boys, you're about to go for a bit of a ride.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh! Mello went for the fucking ankles. I am now worried about that ladder being like that.
Mm-hmm. That's not exactly safe for a spot.
Right in the kidney. He just cotton hilled him.
All right, come on. Oh, there's Wes.
That was nice. That was like a slow-mo Shelton Benjamin. The way he went up that ladder.
Oh.
Shelton Benjamin's a guy that I think should have at least one more U.S. or IC title run.
No, Timmy. No, Timmy.
Von Vader, the Terminator.
No, Timmy. No, that man sucks. He should not even be on an NXT pay-per-view. He's not ready for TV yet. He hasn't been ready for TV for years. Yeah, couldn't agree more, David.
Okay, thank you, Timmy. I did not know Oro Mensah was one of the UK guys.
Yeah. Neither did I.
That one's for you, Nick.
I think everybody's just realised if they poke the bear enough. Oh, that was close.
Are your ribs okay, Wes? Because that could not have felt good.
No.
Wesley, new North American champ?
Wesley, new North American champion.
Let's go!
Happy days.
Carm could be heading to the main roster sooner than we might imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I was about to say, I say Mello's going to be like one of the big Royal Rumble people that we see in January, Cap.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think he's guaranteed to be a Rumble spot. Him and Braun Breaker are guaranteed.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the Rumble. Texas Barbecue, Royal Rumble.
Bro,
you and Dev just
a Mexican gets to go to the Alamo.
I've got a couple of colleagues that live in San Antonio. They were telling me about the really good Mexican restaurants down there. And then I've got another friend who lives kind of halfway between San Antonio and Houston. So I'm trying to research our situation.
Completely agree, David.
Yeah, no, Wes, I think Wesley kind of deserved this match from that spot. If you're crazy enough to have a grown man throw you from the inside of the ring to the announcer table.
Timmy's right though. It's time for Wesley to learn some character work.
Now, I agree 100% with you there, Timmy. I want to see how he can do as like a cowardly heel, maybe.
Maybe it's usually the easiest gimmick to run.
Now, the reason I say cowardly is because he's got such a high flying moveset that he can catch you off guard.
Size of most of the guys.
He'll be able to catch a lot of people off guard just by, using his speed to run around the ring, get back in the ring, and hit a springboard like drop kick or some shit. As I say, Wesley's got that cut off energy, and I think it'd be really good suited for a heel. I just don't know if they can turn it.
Take this one out for a quick minute. I'll be right back, fellas.
No worries. Okay. You be good to Dad, Maggie.
No, I don't know about Wes. Like, the cowardly heel's the easiest heel to play. Like, out of all the heel characters you could pick, the cowardly heel's the easiest one to play. But you still have to have a certain level of unlikability to be that heel. And Wesley's pretty likable.
Yeah, like I said, he's that lovable stoner, the happy-go-lucky guy. He's the Matt Riddle role for NXT.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to hate the lovable stoner. Like, nobody hates Shaggy. Nobody hates Shaggy. So, who's going to look at that on TV and go, I hate this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Now we are getting a
Bianca promo?
Bianca Belair promo? I hate the way they do this on pay-per-views. They advertise their own product.
Yeah,
it's I don't
like that they do that. I don't like that they do that on NXT specifically because they didn't for the longest time.
No, exactly.
And it was able to give people like Bianca, like Johnny Gargano, like Tommaso Ciampa, that time to shine.
Yeah, as opposed to having the main roster go overshadow.
Yeah, because, I mean, I guess...
That's why I'm not a huge fan of having the main roster appear on NXT. Like, I get why Triple H is doing it. It's a boost in ratings for the show. More people will tune in because there's main roster stars. But I feel like the guys in NXT get overshadowed by them every single time.
Yeah. I mean, like look at last week. There was Shinsuke Nakamura, there was Raquel Rodriguez, and there was Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe two of the three got wins. Shinsuke Nakamura got the W, and Rhea Ripley pinned Roxanne. Did Raquel beat Cora?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Timmy, if you can help me out there. But like the point we're making is you can't have these developmental develop if you're overshadowing them.
No, because they're not developing. They're just there as a roadblock for the developed guys.
Yeah, no. So that's Raquel won too. So that's three of the main roster that went down there.
All won.
And what does that lead the casual audience to believe? These guys can't cut it with the main roster.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier on the table, it's very possible to look gallant in defeat. You can look good in defeat, but the way WWE book, people don't look good in defeat. People just look like they've lost.
Yeah, it's and WWE has made it really hard. All right, so Timmy, Raquel, I think got mad, so Cora didn't get pinned. Disqualification, I thought.
Oh, okay.
So I do these watch-alongs with no audio. Is Booker T good on commentary for NXT?
He's not bad, Oh, what is this? Jane Gacy and his cult. This has got to be Joe Gacy and his cult, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the casket.
Ah, okay, it's the casket match.
I was just about to say, yeah, I think that is, because I'm pretty sure that was James Drake coming to the ring.
Yeah. No, but Booker's all right. I'm not a huge fan of Booker T as a commentator, but I think given the right circumstances, he's good.
I was never against Booker as a commentator. He wasn't the worst, but I can distinctly point out a time where I was like, Booker, shut the fuck up. Yeah. And I can tell you, as a Hispanic, it was during Sin Cara Azul versus Sin Cara Negro.
Yeah.
And, it was insufferable.
No, the problem with Booker is all that shucky ducky quack bullshit.
What, you mean Timmy's favorite shit?
Yeah.
When he promotes, he's good. I haven't seen him as a promoter. I know he's got a House of Glory, and that's doing really good.
No, I think he means when he promotes on the show. When he's promoting what's coming up on the show, he's very good because he's good at delivering what's necessary.
Yeah, but Booker's good with the microphone.
He always has been. He always could have good promo, except when he was coming on Hulk Hogan.
Nick, remember how I was telling you about running back the House of Horrors match?
Yeah.
I think we might be getting that.
Yeah, I think you might have been right. Oh, this is going to be awful.
How you doing, Dutch?
I believe that one was a false alarm on Maggie just wanting to go on a sniff tour.
Gotta love when they do that. Oh, Magums, are you upset that it's not home?
Yeah, she's out of her comfort zone.
Oh my God, they've got the stupid ass flashlights.
Yeah. This may very well be the worst thing Mandy Rose has ever done.
I think this might be the worst thing Toxic Attraction's ever been a part of.
Yeah.
Like, as a whole.
I would say this is one of the worst things they've done in modern NXT.
I feel fortunate that I probably missed out on a lot of something.
No, just this. As Matty pointed out, they appear to be replaying back the House of Horrors match. But with
which
this
happened
time,
back in 2017.
Yeah.
Between Bray Wyatt, not Fiend Bray Wyatt, not creepy cult leader Bray Wyatt, Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton.
Yep.
In a match that Jinder Mahal, in a match where Jinder Mahal leaves with the title.
Yeah. Then Randy Orton set fire to his house. More the proof that Randy Orton is an arsonist.
I was going to say, what Randy Orton's got to be a pyro at this point. I mean, he just sets fire to everybody.
Sets fire to everybody and everything.
No, it's only related to Bray Wyatt that he sets things on fire.
Maybe he just really hates the rotundas.
Oh yes, Timmy. House of Horrors. Yes.
Oh God, this is going to be so bad.
Timmy says this may be a big mistake way to make Mandy lose. Come on, Sean. Well, technically, it's not a match if there's no referee.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no referee. There wasn't a referee that came with them. So they're literally just going to go beat up Alba Fire before the match. Also, Alba Fire's been in this creepy house with this half face painted since last night, apparently.
Yeah, since yesterday. Or at least since NXT.
I'll give NXT credit. They tried.
They have tried. So far, they are failing, but they have tried. Don't get me wrong. I am the first person to say I love a bit of spooky bollocks in professional wrestling, but it has to be well executed spooky bollocks.
So I know Dan is probably asleep, but is this going to fall under the list maybe next season?
Possibly.
Who booked this shit?
Yeah, we're going to get enough of that with Warrior and Taker tomorrow. Whew.
I'm so excited to see your guys' new show.
And Chamber of Horror. Well, it's perfect because that was what I told Alex. Is like, he was like, okay, what ideas do you have for new shows? Like, okay, I got an idea for a biography show and then a show for more comedy, but I can only do it if I've got Dan on board because he will get what I'm going for, which is to just absolutely take a big shat over horrible matches.
So Gigi's just happily sitting there with Chucky and the rest, but
apparently she loves Halloween.
I was about to say Gigi's also, the noted like freak.
Goth.
Yeah, the freak goth that they have. And she's kind of carried that perception of herself all the way from the indies.
Yeah. Well, she's got the freak perception since she did the tampon spot and the vomit spot, and it's never going to change.
Oh, bro! Before that, she was grinding on other female wrestlers.
Oh, I know.
I was about to say Priscilla Kelly's always been a hypersexual character.
Mm-hmm.
So you just put her into a freezer.
Oh, you old fridges you can't open from the inside.
And she
do you not know that?
Dungeon Master in the schnutz.
You put someone in a fridge that was made before 1965, they can't get out.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a bad episode of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
She literally just said, put some respect on my name.
Yeah. I was going to say it's like the Crypt Keeper, but worse.
Tales from the... God, that show used to scare the hell out of me as a kid.
I'm horrible, and one of the first managers I ever worked for, I gave that nickname to.
The Crypt Keeper?
Yeah. Bro, literally, I was working for a sentient skeleton, it looked like.
I know, Maggie, this match sucks as bad as you think it does.
So was this supposed to be a match?
No, apparently the plan was they were going to come here, beat the crap out of her, take her back, and then finish her in the ring.
But wasn't... Yeah, so Alba Fire versus Mandy Rose was supposed to be a match on the card, yeah?
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be an actual title match.
Who the fuck are you?
Gentlemen, I have seen some things in my time, but this
is the worst crap I've seen since the zombies the other year.
Oh, yeah, Cap, did you get a chance to be part of the Extreme Rules watch-along last year?
No, I hadn't joined the Buddy yet. I didn't join Buddy until February of last year. Elimination Chamber was my first Buddy event.
No, flipping, like, the zombies at last year's Extreme Rules were utterly contrived shite.
How did Gigi get out of that fridge? Nick, you just told me she couldn't.
It depends if it was made after the year 1965.
Yep.
So it could have been a 66 model.
It's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56.
And just like that, we're going to have our very... Oh, dear Christ.
Oh. Casket match.
David, you're not the only one.
Yes, we have officially released the WWF part of the evening.
What the hell was that?
Oh, dear God, please win, Grayson Waller. Grayson, please win.
Dan, if you're watching, take notes. We may have to put this right on the top for season 2 next year.
Yeah, because this is horrendous. Yeah, time waits for no man, Apollo. One day you're Nigerian, then you're American.
He's very geographically peripatetic.
Good use of the word peripatetic.
As a 3-time spelling bee winner, I can't spell peripatetic.
Nice.
I was a spelling bee winner too. Awesome. I didn't know that about you.
I'm pretty good with the English.
Well, American English. There's the Kings, and then there's what the Americans have done with it.
There ain't no king. I mean, well, to be fair, David, I don't think we're done with that yet. So save that 0 for 10 just yet.
We could go negative. We could get into the minus.
Minus 5 stars.
Grayson Waller needs better ring gear.
Fuck yeah, he does. He should not be wrestling in boxing trunks.
No.
So what is this book that Apollo Crews has been carrying around with him? Is it a Bible? Or...
I have not got a clue.
Also, I want to know what beef Chucky has with Grayson Waller.
I think Chucky has a beef with everybody.
To be fair, he is a serial killer, so he doesn't discriminate.
No, he doesn't care about anybody.
Charles Lee Ray, was it the Lakeshore Strangler in the first? Yeah, I liked the first 2 Chuckies, and then the 4th one was okay. After that, I haven't been.
Fourth one was Bride, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I am not a horror movie guy. One, I don't find them scary. I never have. I find them predictable and contrived.
That's why I like my sadistic gore films.
I just find them fake and pointless. They're just shock for the sake of shock. There's no story being told there, and it's cheap cinema. I can't stand cheap cinema.
A good horror movie is like a good wrestling match, in that if you can just suspend disbelief for just a little bit, then it should be able to work. But the thing is, horror movies just go over the top.
I don't necessarily get scared. For those movies, they have to make me feel it in my stomach. So I have to have that guttural feeling from those movies. So that's why I have to watch movies like Saw, like Hostel, shit like that.
The only movie that ever scared me in my life was The Never-Ending Story.
Puff the Magic Dragon?
No. And his name is Falcor. Thank you. No, it's the wolf with the green eyes. When I was a kid, it absolutely terrified me.
My girlfriend has only shown me pictures of Falcor, and that's not a dragon.
That's a luck dragon.
That's what luck dragons look like. They're supposed to look like dogs.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I played D&D, so the dragons I know of.
Yeah, I played a lot of D&D. Tiamat, X-Flav, Flair.
If you go back and look at some of the art, and if it's signed by Todd Lockwood, that's her uncle.
Really?
The design for Drizzt is made by my uncle-in-law.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. He also has the Encyclopedia of Dragons. So, like, the anatomy of dragons, he also drew that.
That's cool. Now, the only one I can claim is my dad was the guy who designed the Mekon for Dan Dare comics back in the day.
No shit.
Yeah.
You know the movie Labyrinth? Where
I love the movie Labyrinth.
Where David Bowie is messing with
doing
like the
crystal
Fushigi balls.
Yeah.
A distant cousin, so someone who is related to my dad's side of the family, Michael Motion, is who taught David Bowie how to do that.
That's really cool. Right, I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Bathroom break.
Yeah, I'm not too far behind you.
Cap, for you, do you remember the baseball player Preacher Rowe?
The name rings a bell, but I don't remember him.
He played for the Cardinals for several years, but was one of the first African-American players to break the color barrier with Jackie Robinson in them.
That makes sense because the guy who was the GM for the Brooklyn Dodgers had been the GM for the St. Louis Cardinals before he got to the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was with the Cardinals that he started what we now call spring training.
Really?
He started spring training. He broke the color barrier with Jackie Robinson. And then after he left the Dodgers, he was the GM for the Pirates and brought in the first Hispanic player. And can you guess it?
I cannot.
Played for the Pirates in the 70s. First Hispanic player to 3,000 hits.
Clemente?
Clemente, yes. So he invented spring training, gave us Jackie Robinson and Roberto Clemente. Changed the game 3 times.
That's absolutely nuts.
He was originally in seminary to be a Methodist preacher.
Grayson Waller has that charisma, bro.
I think this is my first time seeing Apollo Crews, and correct me, guys, if I'm wrong, but I'm getting like a more athletic Bobby Lashley vibe. That makes sense.
They use
with less charisma.
They use him with power spots. They use him for power spots.
Like the build, but
uber athletic.
More athletic, you know.
Yeah,
oh, bro, more athletic's an understatement. This dude is like hyper athletic.
This is the second time I've watched NXT live, so you'll have to bear with me. I know none of these gentlemen except for Carmelo.
I don't think we'll be covering any Apollo Crews on Takeover the Table, as I think he only had 2 Takeover matches.
And they both sucked.
I was about to say, one was
necessarily a Takeover event. It can just be any NXT, right? It's just NXT Takeover the Table.
No.
We're specifically going to takeovers.
Okay.
Because Takeovers was the best that NXT Black and Gold put on. Like, the weekly TV was good, but the actual Takeover shows were just, every single one is a banger. There were very few of them that were like poor.
I'm turning over the reins to you guys. I'm doing 12 episodes. I'll give you
little spoiler.
episodes.
First episode, you get to watch Juice and Thunder Liger versus Tyler Breeze.
Wait, so our first one's going to be Brooklyn, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Love me some Jushin. Mm-hmm. I almost used him in my upcoming book in Buddy Wars. Almost. But then I thought of someone else.
Okay.
But I almost used Jushin Liger.
Bro, if Liger wasn't contracted during 1995, I would have used him.
Well, this was 1999, and I found a better guy who wasn't contracted.
I was about to say, if Liger wasn't contracted.
What, Masachono? One of my favorite what the hell moments in WCW was when Vampiro was cutting a promo. Then out of nowhere, Masachono shows up, grabs the mic off him and goes, "My name's Masachono, eh? Greatest wrestler in all of Japanesia, eh?" And then Vampiro just grabs him, punches him one. And they just start going at it backstage. Wasn't supposed to happen. Was not planned in the slightest.
Yeah, dude. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do when Chono just grabs the mic from you? Vampiro is the type of motherfucker that just don't care.
Well, Chono will kick your ass.
I know Nick will get this reference. Maddie probably won't. But my very first match ever watching Masahiro Chono was Starrcade '95. Him and Luger.
Oh, that's rough. That's
Grayson Waller just hit Apollo with the pen.
It's like, I like this guy, but I know Luger sucks. That was my first exposure to Masachono.
So
it was funny. Lex is one of those people with me that prove that when you are a child, you have no taste. Because when I was a child, I loved the Ultimate Warrior and I loved Vampiro. And I loved Lex Luger. Right? As soon as I got older, I was like, why do I like Lex? Why did I like this guy? It makes no sense. He's terrible.
Can somebody explain to me why Lex Luger was such a big hot commodity during the first Nitro?
Because he had been under contract to Vince.
And then his contract had quietly ran out, but he hadn't told anybody, and there was no compete clause. So it was a really big getting the guy that was supposed to be the next guy in WWE just showing up with hair extensions and a puffy shirt.
Well, also let's not forget that push to be the big guy kind of fell apart after SummerSlam '93.
You mean when he celebrated like he'd won?
Oh, that's a match we're covering on Who Booked This Shit.
Good.
Luger and Yoko SummerSlam. We're covering 2 matches from SummerSlam '93.
All they had to do was just have Yoko stay in the ring and lose.
Yeah, I was about to say the ref.
See if the experiment will work.
Ref,
and if it fails, take the belt off him in the next pay-per-view. It would have been really, really easy. But
Nick, I'll throw some. We're covering 2 matches from that pay-per-view. One of them is Luger and Yoko. Can you guess what the other would be?
SummerSlam '93.
So the referee is saying that he hasn't won yet.
I'm trying to remember the rest of the card.
The referee currently is saying that Grayson Waller has not won.
Look at the card and it'll be really obvious.
Yeah, but he put him in the casket.
Lights are out. Lights are out. Well, because the lid is not shut.
Yeah, but he went through the lid.
That's why I'm wondering what the fuck. But the lights are out. Eerie music is playing.
Yeah. So Joe Gacy.
Bro, are the fucking Druids the dyad? Really?
Maybe. Oh, then Apollo has disappeared.
Yeah, I was going to go to the men's, but I'm going to wait to see this.
They're bringing out another casket. It's not over.
Yeah.
Dave just said, Luger, big guy, looks like $1 million, wrestles like a $3.99 Happy Meal.
I couldn't agree more. And as we discussed earlier on today, Lexing is actually a meme in professional wrestling when it just every time you flick Lex Luger, just so many people still do it as well. It's the best thing.
I mean, one of my favorite wrestlers.
Well, like I said on the show today, there are a lot of people who sold better than Luger, but no one sold like Luger.
No.
One of my favorite wrestling-isms is Undertaker going and doing the corner-to-corner clotheslines, because every time he does it, he'll go, dude, I love it.
Have you ever watched the scene when the Undertaker broke character on a house show?
Where he's running
for the hot tag. Oh, it's amazing.
Where he throws water on himself.
Yeah.
Fucking
apparently,
corner-to-corner.
Vince chewed him out to death backstage for that. Just because even though it was a house show, Vince was like, "But you're the Undertaker. You can't do this, Mark. You're the Undertaker."
He still wants in the match.
That is a bigger casket.
I think another wrestling-ism I've always loved is the it's Triple H. Whenever he does his punches, every time it's the
with the emphasis on the at the beginning as well.
Dude, I love Triple H, and whenever he throws punches, it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it you said, Nick, you thought had the best working punch in pro wrestling?
Jeff Jarrett.
All time.
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, yeah.
If Mick Foley says it, it's true. In my opinion. If you got Mick Foley saying you got the best work punch of all time.
Brett's punches were always really good, though.
Yeah, but Bret, the stamp of the mat is so obvious with Bret Hart. Like the fact that both of his feet come off the ground and then land as he lands the jab. Whereas Jeff, you don't even notice because he doesn't stamp his feet. He shuffles his base. He slides his feet sideways when he punches. So it still reduces the impact and it just looks better.
So, the whole Grayson Waller thing would work a lot better if, like, his gear would work a lot better if they tried to do more of, like, a boxing kind of gimmick with him.
Yeah.
Kind of like Hook's gear.
Yeah, if you like. Because Hook's is Thai boxing shorts.
Okay. I mean, I see those kind of shorts and I just instantly think boxing.
No, well, it's just I look at them. I think Thai boxing or kickboxing because that's literally what all Thai boxers wear.
Yeah, and I think Mike Tyson also wore Thai boxing shorts whenever he boxed.
Yeah, he did.
Early in his career, yeah, he was wearing the shorter ones.
Yeah.
Mind you, Ali used to wrestle the shorter ones. So Ali used to wear the shorter ones. In
The greatest of all
Guys,
time.
what happens if the casket closes on both of them? I've never seen a
Draw.
casket match end in no
Draw.
I've never seen a casket match end in a no contest.
Did you see that sign? Waller likes anime women.
I imagine he's got. It does says as well. I imagine he's got at least 5 waifus.
Oh, good Christ.
Oh my God.
Whew. Well, Cornette on his podcast did a thing about a month ago about because he was unaware of this whole like anime woman
Waifu thing.
Yeah. And I listened and I was like, what the? That sounds like stuff that Kenny Omega would be pleasured by.
Bro, you're not telling me Kenny Omega does not have a waifu.
Oh, mate, Kenny Omega's probably got about 5 waifus.
Brothel.
Yeah.
Grayson
Bloodsport Van Dam. I think that's a bit harsh on John Claude, really.
Now get the dance routine going. The Paul Bear hologram for
we
Havoc.
do, Dutch. Do you know anybody that could help us out with that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Laura's sleeping. I'm not doing that voice right now.
My brother hasn't got to bed yet, so I'm okay.
Oh, whoop. Reversal.
So it is what, 2 a.m. your time, Nick?
Yes, it is, sir. 2 minutes past 2.
Hey, I thought this move was banned.
So did I. Okay.
Hey, I'm never opposed to that type of a gut buster.
No. Taiji Ishimori's finish?
Again, Apollo Crews is really good in the ring, dude.
No. You prefix that with the word really, and I will not accept that. He's good.
Yeah.
Would you accept
He's not
very
really
good?
No.
Very
He's
and
just
really are
good.
the same thing. Check mark Twain.
He's just good. It's like, to quote Ric Flair, the word great is thrown around far too much in professional wrestling these days. Anybody can be good. It takes a whole different class to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't say great. I said really good.
Yeah, but he's not really good. He's just good.
Is really good your sort of middle ground between great and good? Is that kind of what you're going for?
Gunther is really, really good.
No, don't you fucking lie. Gunther is great.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No. Gunther will be great. He will be great. He's not great yet.
Apollo 1. Woo.
Okay. I'm tending to side with Maddie on that argument, but I want to hear Nick's explanation as to why he's not great yet. Because I tend to learn a lot from Nick's assessments.
It's the same thing I say every single time. Timing. Watch Gunther wrestle. With the exception of his chops, his timing is off when he's in the ring with unfamiliar opponents.
Okay.
It's why I'm really interested in the ring.
That I can agree with.
It's why I'm really interested to see the Rey Mysterio match, because there is nobody better at telling a David and Goliath story than Rey Mysterio. And in theory, Gunther's the perfect Goliath. If Gunther can get a match with Rey where he's bing, 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 I will hold my hands up and say he is great.
You got a good point. I guess, yeah, I was about to say with what Timmy just said, I can see what Nick means. I 100% see what Nick says there. Mm-hmm. We have yet to see, because we've seen him with people like Zack Sabre. We've seen him with people like Mark Haskins, Jordan Devlin, Ilya Dragunov. Rey Mysterio is completely different to all of those guys.
Everybody won. Yeah. Every single one of them. All of the others have, I hate to use the term indie-rific, but they all have they're all very indie-rific and have a very similar cadence to their way they wrestle.
Because Ilya Dragunov stands about as tall as I do, but wrestles like he's 6'6", 280 fucking pounds.
Oh God! Why did Apollo win?
In the name of God?
Chase University. Who was the one that got shit on for saying this during Quiz Buddies?
Not me.
I think it was Sam.
Possibly.
So other than Thea Hale, who are the other people that are notable from this? If any.
I do not even have the volume on, and I can tell this is the absolute Ole Andersons.
Wait, Duke Hudson, what the fuck?
Yeah, randomly.
And he's got his hair back. I will say that was the dumbest hair versus hair match I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they ended up cutting Cameron Grimes' hair months later anyway.
We need to get Maddie and Dev in a hair match. That would be the match for you two to have.
Bro, you should have saw Devin's shit yesterday. It's like he's got an entire like Brillo pad on the back of his head.
Well, that's something else for me to look forward to for Rumble weekend. David, yes, I am keeping the volume down because I'm not in my normal confines, so I have NXT muted. I'm watching on my phone and doing this on my laptop, hotel Wi-Fi.
I will.
Matty, do you want to explain to me, someone who does not watch NXT on a weekly basis, exactly what in the giggly fucks is going on with this segment?
All I can gather from this is if they would have gave Dean Douglas a class, this is what we would have got. Because Andre Chase he's a good technical wrestler. I think he showed it. I want to say he was in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, he was.
I was about to say he's really good in the ring, like technically.
Maddie, I'm not sure how much you know about Shane Douglas, but please don't hold Dean Douglas against him.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. It's the gimmick. Okay. No. Shane Douglas is Shane Douglas is up there.
Shane Douglas.
Shane Douglas,
one of the best stick men in the world.
But the gimmick of Dean Douglas is what I meant. Is if you gave Dean Douglas a class like of just like undercard wrestlers, that's kind of what they're trying to do with Andre Chase.
Okay.
All right.
And here's Timmy because he actually likes Chase University.
I shall be right back, gentlemen.
Okay. Thanks, Timmy.
Brody. So that's the Thor guy looking name.
Yeah.
Thank you, Timmy.
And now we are having a Bobby Lashley promo because we all need one of those on the NXT show.
David, don't turn up the volume, Captain. Mute. 100%.
Yeah.
That's the only downside to it, is the fact that the gimmick is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to benefit anybody. The only person that's looking good out of Chase University is Thea Hale. And it's because she's 18 years old on NXT.
Yeah.
I will say, as a kid, that was one of the craziest spots I'd ever seen.
When he jumped through the cage?
When he jumped through the cage.
Yeah.
Because I remember very vividly, my mom was like, hey, you got school in the morning, turn this shit off. And I'm like, Mom, it's almost done. It's almost done. And then Lashley does that, and she sat down.
Yeah. This is a really long Bobby Lashley promo.
Which is crazy, because there's not a whole lot to really...
It's been like 5 minutes.
You know, we could be having the finish to Alba Fire and Mandy Rose right now.
Yeah. While we're in the middle of this, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy what we do here at WrestleBuddy, if you like the content we put out, 1, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the show. And 2, please leave a like for this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you find out exactly where all our content comes out.
Just curious, I saw the promo there for Raw is going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina this week. Any thoughts on Charlotte returning in Charlotte?
For Raw,
I can see her returning on a Raw. It's Charlotte.
But she's a SmackDown talent.
Yeah, and so was Baron Corbin, and Rey Mysterio was a Raw talent. They could easily do the trade.
Yeah,
I do
this
not
is true,
like
but
the new Baron Corbin outfit. That is atrocious.
no,
Everything else is
it
good.
he looks fucking stupid.
You want to know the only thing I've got as an upside for it? It's actual ring gear.
Yeah, as opposed to a suit and pants.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's an upgrade in quotation marks.
It's actual ring gear. There's no quotation marks. That's an upgrade from fucking dress slacks and a dress shirt.
Oh, these two. I remember that last NXT event we watched, and we had to endure that four-way elimination tag match with them. Yay.
What the fuck is this segment? I almost forgot that they're holding the women's tag titles.
Yeah. You mean the women's tag titles that are totally and utterly pointless in NXT?
Yeah.
You should just have one women's title that floats between all the departments, which would make a lot more sense considering they've got, like, I don't know, four teams in the division.
Sasha and Bayley did it really well for a minute, and then they fucked it up, like, instantly.
Yeah.
By having Bayley and Sasha do singles matches in NXT. All right, we've got the Weapons Wild match.
What is this? Is that a kendo stick?
I think so.
What, that she's got? Yeah. It's a kendo stick blackened.
Okay.
Right. Who on earth came up with the idea of turning Cora Jade heel? Is it because she's so bad that they were like, maybe if you're a heel, it'll hide how bad you actually are? Because she was not good when she was a babyface.
Her and Roxanne were doing decent as a tag team. Because it was able to hide the flaws that each of them have, which Roxanne doesn't have a whole lot of flaws right now.
It's like a comedy punk version of Generation Me, but she's on her own.
It's the punk version of AJ Lee is how I feel about it.
Don't bring AJ down to that level.
I'm not bringing her down to that level.
Don't bring Cora up to her level. They're not. All right.
What is
the elevator in your hotel is messed up right now, Maddie?
Yeah, it's not going the right way.
And Roxanne, what? She's 21 years old too?
Yeah.
You know, if you ever want to blast, play the drinking game to Sting's Roxanne. You'll be pissed in about.
Oh, dude, no, I used to do that all the time. Drink every time he says Roxanne or red light.
Yep.
If one of you gets Roxanne, the other one gets red light, and you've got to drink every time you hear it. You'll be destroyed.
How long is the song?
It did not end well.
The song is 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
God, it's that long?
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I don't even like the Police.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Hey, Jim.
Apollo versus Waller was really silly.
Drip King.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, tag teams are lacking on NXT recently, and it's kind of sad. And on to Cora Jade topic.
Right, now.
She's not that good in the ring.
I will say, for her age, Roxy is good. Or Roxanne Perez is good for her age. Cora Jade, on the other hand, is not good.
Yeah, they're the same age, and there's a vast difference in talent.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Timmy. Cora does need to show out in this match.
But that's the thing.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I was about to say, how much
the ability.
How much showing out can they do in a match where I think the main part of this match is going to be weapons?
Yeah.
There's the only real story here is probably going to involve that stupid ass skateboard.
Unfortunately.
Well then. What is she? Oh, she's found a table.
Did I see Booker say something about a Mazda?
Medusa.
Okay.
It takes time. It takes me back to 1990 when Medusa threw the
Don't bring Medusa down here.
No, it's Booker T going, I remember in the 90s when Medusa threw that title in the trash. It was the worst thing she ever did in her career.
That was a great spot with the skateboard. Jimmy, I'm not going to lie. I did laugh with that. That was great. Fire extinguisher?
Yeah. Oh, spritz ball. A spritz ball.
But it's not like Mace, like Scarlet Bordeaux emptied an entire can on Drew McIntyre last weekend.
Nice.
I thought she was going right into the chair, to be honest. I was about to say, because if she would have accidentally went into the... Is that Jimmy there? Oh, no. I saw the suit, and I thought that was Jimmy for a second.
He didn't tell us he was going to Halloween Havoc.
I was about to be like, Jimmy, what are you doing in our comment section?
Yeah.
Now, didn't they do something with Cora Jade on house shows where they were teaming her with the Z's?
I believe so.
I could have swore I saw pictures of those two together.
Yeah, I did. I saw pictures of those two together. Maybe they just decided it wasn't working. She does need a heater, though, because she does not have it. She can't even pile up chairs properly.
Yeah, here's what Timmy has to say, and I think, yeah, the whole purpose of this rivalry was to prove that Cora Jade was better than Roxanne.
How are you supposed to do that in a street fight?
Exactly. And Jimmy watches these show up to help tonight. He also said, I wanted to because we were just in Orlando this morning. There was something and it stopped immediately.
Oh, please, God, don't ruin my evening days. I'd like to enjoy what's left of the night. Good, sweet God.
You're too harsh on Kenny.
I hope Hunter is smart enough to not bring him in.
You're too harsh on Kenny.
The hate on the Bucks I can understand.
Yep, I completely get. But you're way too harsh on Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is an evolution of professional wrestling. You're not looking at him right.
I do.
Kenny Omega is the combination of the ultimate high flyer with a frenetic-paced baby.
But face. Is he getting overrated now? Because
calling him an evolution of professional wrestling makes Charles Darwin look bad.
but in my thing, Kenny Omega, yes, he's definitely one of the best in-ring wrestlers right now.
Yes,
but is he not getting overrated right now?
He's getting overappreciated because he was underexposed for so long. Everyone was deprived of Kenny. But the problem was, if you look, put it this way, you look at AEW's title reigns of their world champions, who's the best title reign? Kenny Omega.
I will agree with that because
not Chris Jericho, not John Moxley, Kenny Omega.
Not Jericho,
not
Moxley.
Hangman.
I will give that. Well, I mean, I do not hate Hangman as much as most people do. I've soured on him recently because of the shenanigans he did.
Fair point, Jim. It's a fair point.
Omega, at least with the AEW title, working heel with
Don Callis.
With Don Callis, I will say that was the best title run we have had in AEW. I can't deny that. I'd just
like to point out, I know this match is bad because I've got Captain talking about Kenny Omega.
Yeah, we're talking about Omega over the match.
That's because this match is bad. And that's no knocking on Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is reasonably
Punk
good.
held the belt for less than a week. I am a CM Punk mark through and through, but
yeah,
I don't know if he can stay healthy at this point.
Well, the rumor is he's going to head back to WWE.
Have we heard anything for sure? Are they for sure buying out the contract?
According to the Observer, yes, they're buying out his contract.
They're buying out his contract, but they want to
I'll
put a no-compete clause
I'll believe
in.
Meltzer on that.
But they want to put
they
want to put a no-compete clause in.
For how long?
Yeah, of course he was undefeated, Jimmy. He had to hand over the belt twice.
Well, no, he only had to hand it over once because he was injured the time and they had to find an interim.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
A two-time champ that never lost. Now, to be fair, David did point this out on Twitter as well earlier today. I would not be opposed to seeing Phil in New Japan for a little bit.
Neither would I.
Matches.
But here's the thing.
Throw him into one G1 climax. That's it.
I love CM Punk. CM Punk was one of the reasons I started watching WWE. In fact, he was the only reason I started watching WWE again in the 2000s. But his body cannot handle the New Japan style. Like, he gets injured like ice melts. It is not good. It is not good. You put him in one New Japan match, even if it's with someone like Tanahashi, he's going to get crippled.
Yeah. I was about to say that frenetic pace that they hold up over there.
You really think Punk's going to be getting dropped on his neck at his age?
Yeah, even the dream match with Kenta, that would be dangerous.
Yeah, because Kenta would beat the piss out of him.
This match is still going on.
I know. It's unfortunate. Nice Hurricane Rana, though.
Oh, yeah.
No, there are rumors, because Tony Khan was on Twitter last night, again, talking about a Wembley show.
Yeah, I did hear about the possible UK show.
Possible UK Wembley show, which I think is a case of, well, if Vince isn't using Wembley, I'll use Wembley, even though he's got Craven Cottage sat right there that he could use for free.
I mean, I would not be opposed to a Wembley show strictly because I think our friends in the UK have been denied big-time events for so long.
Not just denied, deprived.
Yes, completely deprived. We don't get anything large. Like, I've been
deprived
to Wembley Arena.
Well, there's two different things.
Yeah, you were at Wembley SSE for Hello Wembley.
Hello Wembley. It was amazing. That ladder match with Mark Andrews versus Eddie Dennis, that table did not want to break.
Bro,
that table did not want to break.
If a go-home driver off of a ladder is what it took to break that fucking table.
Yeah.
So it looks like I will be checking out somewhere around 9.
I completely agree, Jimmy. More shows in the UK.
Okay, Cap. Here's hoping, because this is match 3. Here's hoping that you'll at least get to see the end of Alba Fire and Mandy Rose.
I was just told 9:15, so I'm going to say somewhere around in there. What is going on here?
One of them's going down.
Fuck it. No, we need...
Both of them went down.
Really?
You're ahead of me.
Oh!
That was terrible. She just turned round and fell off backwards with it.
I could do that.
Can't even say that was a Russian leg sweep.
Vince can tear his quads hopping in the ring.
Bro, Vince probably showed him how to do that. Yeah.
Watch the replay.
Yeah, Dave.
And hug you and fall off.
Dave, yeah.
No, I don't think he'd make it through a G1.
I would like to see him in a G1, though.
I don't think Phil could do 20 matches in 10 days.
They stole that spot from Cassidy and my boy Adam Cole, baby.
Oh boy.
They've given this match way too much time.
Bro, my question is, Roxanne is supposedly like wanted to kill Cora Jade in this match. That's why it's a Weapons Wild match. So she kind of got hesitant to push her off a ledge.
Yeah, she got the opportunity for basically attempted murderer, and then she decided to not go against it because she's a plucky babyface and she can't possibly do such a dastardly act.
Bro, that just gives me vibes of Bayley versus Alexa Bliss, the kendo stick.
Yeah, with the kendo stick.
In the only match where the person who got the kendo stick at first didn't fucking use it.
Whoa.
Well, Chekhov's chairs.
That's got to be it. Yeah. Mercifully, this match has met its end.
Code Red.
Thank
God for that.
Whew.
Does she still call that move the Code Red?
I don't think so. But that's what it is. I think we all have to.
To that one, David.
Yes.
Cheers, mate. She calls it Pop Rocks. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, that is horrendous. Pop
Change
Rocks
it.
is popping candy in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it also has other, it has other connotations.
Go on then, Jim.
Yeah. What's better than this match, Jimmy?
Anything?
That's a pretty high grade, David.
What is that match better than, Jim?
And
I mean, Lex Luger versus Yokozuna, obviously.
Now we're just waiting. Now we're just waiting for Jimmy's next answer or next comment. This hasn't been a bad show, but it also hasn't been takeover level.
It's been meh. It's like all of the highlights have been overshadowed by a lot of downsides. Like I said to you before, we've been in the pre-show, Matt. I knew he was going to say that. Cap, do you have a retort?
James, you have but 48 hours.
I'm just going to put that up there.
James, you have 48 hours before I completely take your reign as the king and dismantle it. You have spent so much time on your promos, your tweets, your hogwash, your horse hockey that I think you've probably neglected your book. At this point, I'm fearing you less and less because all I see from you is talk and promos and tweets. Have you actually done anything? Like, have you actually put together a book? Do you have matches? Do you have angles? Do you have, storylines that you're working on? Or is it just a personal attack campaign on me?
I cannot wait for Monday.
Damn, Jim, you're going hard for 48 hours?
Well, Jimmy, it all comes from the talk is cheap. Talk is cheap from both y'all. This comes down to Monday. This comes down to who has the better brain and who could do a better story. Admittedly, you've got to convince me, but my vote doesn't matter. You've got to convince the fans. It's up to them who is going to win this thing.
All I know is my stupid ass is going to be challenging at the next season premiere.
You are opening the next show, the next season, Matty. Yes, you are. Would you like to know what you'll be booking?
Actually, yes.
Roman Reigns' babyface run.
I hate you. Wait, so I get to work with all 3 members of the Shield, yeah?
If you want. But you have to book his whole babyface run and make it good. There can be no heel turn in this babyface run. It has to be a pure babyface run.
What is my time frame?
You get 20 minutes.
No. Like
years.
Yeah, like
Oh,
is it the
timeline.
end of the is it the end of the Shield on or
Basically, you know Roman Reigns' single push when they tried to make him a babyface for 2 years?
so 2016?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay. 2016 Roman. Fuck me.
2 years in 20 minutes.
James, if I hear you use the word conspiracy one more time, I'm going to hop a jet down to Florida, seek you out, take my grandfather's copy of the Warren Report, and bitch slap you with it.
We've got to say conspiracy already leading into season 2.
There is no conspiracy, Jim. Matty asked if he could do the premiere. I said he could do the premiere. Whoever else is going to do the premiere against him, we haven't decided yet, but they will be booking the same thing.
I'm just worried about what the on-the-fly booking is going to be. Oh, son of a bitch!
How to make
Nick.
the Roman Reigns babyface run work, but it's coming, Jimmy. The time's coming.
Nick has me going
The
back
sands through the
to
hour.
the worst period of WWE in recent memory.
Yep.
I have a damn good roster. I have a fucking fantastic roster.
Impeccable roster.
And we got Beetlejuice
And here
Shotzi
is
coming out.
Shotzi,
Yeah.
looking like Beetlejuice. Yeah.
That is full Beetlejuice. Don't say his name 3 times. You'll have Michael Keaton in your house.
Actually, we did say it 3 times. I said it. Kat
No,
said it.
you've got to say it 3 times yourself.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I would love to have a drink with Michael Keaton right now.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Shotzi's
Has there
looking
been a
great
better
in that
Batman than
Beetlejuice gear,
Michael
though.
As much as I like Christian Bale, has there been a better Batman than Michael Keaton?
Nope.
George Clooney.
I know. Actually, no, I don't know where you live, Maddie. But if I did,
There's a reason I'm hiding
Oh.
from the screen. I don't want Nick's evil's glare right now. He does not look happy with what I
Matty.
just said.
that is an offense condemnable to death. You have angered the greatest Bond villain who has never appeared in a Bond movie.
Right. Wait till you find out what you're booking for season 2 now, Matty. That's it. You're screwed. I'm going to give you the worst stuff.
Are we?
Why is he dressed like a banana?
I'm
What
a
in the name
banana.
of all
I'm
that
a
is holy?
banana. I'm a banana. Look at me move.
And on that note, I'm going to visit the water closet.
I'm really confused. Who the hell is Quincy Elliott?
A banana.
Obviously, but why is he the
have you
super
not-
diva?
Oh, I don't know. I will say Quincy Elliott is entertaining to me.
Well, that's all you can ask for. I've never seen him before, so
Now, this is someone who isn't entertaining to me.
who that? Oh no.
She's getting better in the ring, but not by much at all. The only thing I know about Lash Legend personally is she used to be a women's basketball player out here in the States.
That makes sense.
You know more about her than I do.
Well, I remember looking at the NXT roster class that she was a part of, because ironically, she's part of the same class as Quincy Elliott. But she's not good in the ring. I've not seen very much on the upside of improvement.
I'm not seeing much upside, period, on what I'm looking at right now, other than that Beetlejuice costume is pretty nice.
Yeah.
This has gone from Halloween Havoc to Halloween Horrific.
Yeah, it's like
these last 3 matches / segments have really put the stick in the mud.
Yeah.
I will applaud you on one thing, Lash Legend. You took a DDT in heels without tearing your fucking Achilles, so...
Yeah,
Lash would make a great valet in
Nick, did you see
Matt,
what David said?
Maddie, by missing the table day, you also missed out on our discussion of Missy Hyatt and how age and gravity have not been kind to her, and how she was basically boinking everything in the locker room.
Yeah.
Oh, Missy Hyatt? I've heard the stories.
I don't think there's a guy she hasn't been with in the. I see why her and Sonny gravitated towards each other. They've been with everybody.
Like I said earlier on, she even banged PJ Polacco, for Christ's sake.
I was about to say, Sonny spent time with Dolph Ziggler. Did Missy Hyatt ever do that?
Wouldn't surprise me. You remember that Johnny Cash song, I've Been Everywhere? That's Missy Hyatt and Sonny.
Dude, I showed my not only youth, but my old age mentally when one of my coworkers played that at work, and everybody's like, bro, turn that off. And I'm sitting here just singing along with it, working with it.
That's because Johnny Cash
never get me upset with Johnny Cash. He is, and obviously I'm an Arkansas boy. He's from Arkansas, so it's even more reason to love him. His music was the soundtrack to my early 20s, and I will never hear a bad
Johnny
word.
Cash is the only thing that me and my ex-girlfriend ever agreed on.
Well, if that's all you had to agree on was Johnny Cash, then yeah. Mm-hmm. My mother actually had an original 33 LP of the Folsom Prison album. And so, I mean, I grew up listening to Johnny Cash. And
Jimmy, I couldn't agree with you more. Everyone keeps telling me I need to watch NXT.
This has not been the best display of what they've
This
got.
is not an NXT business card.
This is not what you show somebody when you want them to watch the new NXT. Like, I don't understand how the brand can fall so far.
And again, Shotzi is another main roster talent that just made "Get Out of Here." Cap saw what I saw, and it's already out of there.
Jimmy, why are we so popular with those particular enterprises?
Because they're bots. God damn it!
Yeah.
I thought it was just because of our sex appeal. I mean, look at the the meat you've got on camera right now. I mean, this is
you got 3 of the sexiest guys on YouTube.
Obviously,
this ain't baloney. This is prime rib, baby.
You got 3 of the best sounding and best talking guys on YouTube.
Wow, I wouldn't go that far. There's always a bigger fish.
Yep.
This is a really long Charlotte Flair promo.
Well,
I'm not even seeing the Charlotte Flair promo.
To be fair, Tim, I feel like this counts as a network special more than a PLE.
Yeah. No.
Now, Quincy wasn't bad in that segment. There was nothing bad that Quincy really did wrong in that segment. It was just the segment. It's, oh, dear God.
Oh, boy.
Can we stop clean shaving Zach Gibson for fuck's sake?
Yeah, I know. He looks so weird with that beard.
I will say, though, the moment that Drake and Gibson are able to like wrestle in the ring is the moment that this NXT audience get to see some fucking magic.
Yeah.
Because
Grizzled Young Veterans, I still have 2 T-shirts of theirs upstairs from the
bro,
indies.
they made magic in the Dusty Classic last year.
Mm-hmm. The Grizzled Young Vets are amazing. Zach Gibson alone is so good at garnering heel heat. The problem was they tried the whole Scouse gimmick and it didn't translate to an American audience. You didn't get shoes off if you hate Gibson and so on and so forth because it didn't translate well enough. So
Yeah,
I do
because
understand why
unfortunately
they
the American audiences just don't understand it.
No.
But I will say though, like, it's weird, and I know that you and Simon might hate it. I see this actually working in the long run.
It's Joe Gacy's got a lot of charisma.
Yeah, Joe Gacy's got a lot of charisma. So does James Drake.
James Drake is very, very good at what he does, and Zach Gibson is very, very, very good at what he does.
No, I was about to say, we were talking about it earlier. Gibson is great at what he does. He's not the best in the ring, but he's phenomenal at getting the crowd to hate him. His in-ring style is that of those that the crowd doesn't really necessarily like. He's able to stop high flyers and fast-paced wrestlers.
Well, he wrestles like Rollerball Rocco. He wrestles like Rollerball Rocco used to back in the day. I probably have no idea who I'm talking about, either of you. He was big on World of Sport.
I've seen some of Rollerball Rocco.
Yeah, Rollerball Rocco wrestles very similar to Zach Gibson.
I did not.
No, I did not see the T-bar masks.
I will say, though, if I see Dijak anytime soon, I'd be a very happy boy.
Yeah, not T-bar, because that's the stupidest name ever.
I will
Slapjack.
I will tell you, Cap. I hope you're ready to see one of Keith Lee's best matches on the table.
Yeah,
because
I love me some Keith Lee.
Because we are not getting out of Take Over the Table without watching Dijak versus Keith Lee.
No, we are not. We need to put our heads together in the next couple of weeks, mate. We need to put our heads together in the next couple of weeks and hash out a schedule.
Yeah, we do.
At this point, all I want for Keith Lee is to drop some pounds and get his cardio under control, because he was one of the very few things I liked about NXT when I first watched it a couple of years ago. Yeah. And I saw a lot in that man, and I do not want to see him die an early death. And whenever I watch him now, he gets blown up earlier and earlier and earlier in matches. And I legit fear for that man's health at this point, because he needs to get some kind of, I don't know, cardiologist, something to get a handle on what's going on, because he's too big a boy to be doing what he's doing and getting blown up that quick. So, yeah. Please, Keith, get yourself together. You're too good to go too young.
Mm-hmm. I will say this is probably Simon's most exciting match, or most anticipated match.
Simon's probably asleep at this point.
Simon does love him some Creed Brothers, though.
Yeah, he does.
I like the Creed.
I like me some Creed.
I've only seen one match, but I liked what I saw.
I see the vision, though. I was about to say those boys are a much more powerful, impactful version of the world's greatest tag team.
That's exactly what they are, except they're both white. That's really the only difference.
But they have the exact same formula.
Yeah, the exact same formula. Two collegiate All-American boys that can really, really go.
I was about to say, and they're both, like, they can both pull the Shelton Benjamin role. Like, they're both hyper-athletic.
Yeah. I was saying, you mentioned the Creed brothers. You mentioned the Shelton and Haas. Kind of piggybacking on this, do you think we're ever going to see a tag team like Rick and Scott Steiner, where both are decorated All-American wrestlers and put together the run they did? Do you think we'll ever see that again?
I think we'll see
the Creed
it.
brothers
I just don't know when.
I think the Creed brothers have that potential in them. I really do. Like, because they're both collegiate All-American athletes. They're both phenomenal in the ring. Like, neither of them can talk for toffee yet, but Scott and Rick couldn't talk for toffee most of their career.
And how many fucking titles did they win around the world?
7 in WCW, 4 in Japan, 2 in ECW, 2 in WWE, and NWA?
I'm pretty
Cat,
sure they
did
were.
they ever hold the NWA belts?
I think they won them once in TNA NWA.
Maybe.
Now,
Yeah, Creeds are really good, but we'll need a mouthpiece. And I would say a good mouthpiece for them, MVP.
MVP would be really good. MVP would be really good, but I don't know if it would hinder them because of the potential that they would have. Do you think giving him to Paul Heyman would be good?
Paul might work.
Heyman's going to be working upper tier guys.
Yeah,
exactly. But if the bloodline
with
ends and Heyman leaves,
well, for me, this was the large problem with losing Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway had Bobby Heenan levels of potential as a manager, and letting him slip out of the company, dumbass move. Like Malcolm Bivens was an absolutely amazing manager, right? Amazing manager, real
he's
potential.
Just pelting Damon with fucking pumpkins.
Oh, hit him in the head! He hit him in the head!
Let's fucking go. This match is gonna be fun.
All right, we've got some life, some chutzpah, as Nick said earlier.
Boom! Nice Shelton Benjamin power slam there.
That is a beautiful T-bone suplex.
Well, after the last hour,
suplex.
That's pretty much
T-bone power slam.
Yeah.
T-bone suplex, they go that way. That was into a power slam.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful German. I like these guys.
And Damon Kemp,
got some wrestlers.
Yeah, Damon Kemp, the renamed Stevenson brother. That's Gable Stevenson's little brother. If you did not know that, Cap. That is American gold medalist's little brother.
All right.
And yet he's on TV before Gable.
Because apparently Gable didn't show any improvement to whereas his little brother showed massive amounts of improvement.
That Stevenson it doesn't get it.
Yeah, apparently Gable doesn't.
Not everyone is Kurt Angle.
No, and you can't. And that's what I was worried about. You know, just because he won a gold medal for America, you know, people immediately were like, "Oh, he's going to be a shoo-in for WWE."
No, just because you can do real wrestling, just because you can do real wrestling, doesn't mean you can do technical wrestling. Doesn't mean you can do pro wrestling. It doesn't mean you can do the great dance that we all love. Just because you could beat somebody down for real.
Well, you look at that lineage of the great All-Americans, Danny Hodge, Dr. Death, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, the Steiner brothers. You know,
you only got like 3 or 4 that really.
Dan Severn.
Huh?
Dan Severn.
Dan Severn, absolutely.
Lashley was All-American too, wasn't he?
Lashley's American Army Wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if he won All-American.
Brock was All-American.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Nick, that it doesn't always translate. But when it does, it's beyond great because it's like not only can this guy grapple, this guy gets it up here, he gets it in the ring. That's why I love those guys like Angle and Steiner and Hodge and Dr. Death because it completes the package. It's like not only can this guy work, he can shoot if he needs to. And you can put anybody in the ring with him, and if they try to go into business for themselves, this guy will take them apart in about 20 seconds.
So, according to Jimmy, apparently Gable Stevenson suffered an injury during his training as well.
Ah, okay.
Oh, surgery.
Oh, that's not going to be good. Wonder what the surgery was on.
What a lot of people in our chat are saying is. Julius, which is the one that's wrestling right now, shows the most potential as he's the better one on the microphone.
Out of the Creed brothers.
Yeah, out of the Creed brothers.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, you'd be foolish.
That is the most gimmick pumpkin ever. Pumpkins don't bounce like that.
No, they do not.
But you would be foolish to split the Creed brothers up anytime within the next, I'd say at least 5 years.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
3 years at least, you know, see what happens once they get to the main roster.
If you want them to get that chemistry like the Steiners, like those that you were talking about, they're gonna need that extended amount of time together, I believe.
The thing is, Vince McMahon was famous for saying that tag team wrestling is only there to create single stars.
And Triple H likes his tag wrestling.
Yeah, he was wrong in this assumption. Tag team wrestling is just as good as singles wrestling, if not better. When I was younger, I preferred tag team wrestling because there's more wrestlers, there's more to see. And to tell a good tag team story is a lot more difficult than it is to tell a single story. You have to break up the pace. You have to tell a chapter each as the story goes on.
Now I know I'll get a little shit from Cap for this, but a match that showed a lot of really good tag team storytelling was the Young Bucks versus Omega and Page. That had some phenomenal storytelling.
Everyone has said that, and I've yet to actually go back and look at that.
You're gonna need to save like 40-something minutes worth of your time. It's almost an hour-long tag match.
That's the one hole in my booking. Is as much as I love tag team matches, I feel like my weakest link in my fantasy booking is tag teams. Because I know the guys to put against each other, but I don't know how to book a tag team match well. And there was points where I thought maybe I should reach out to Maddie. Like, Maddie, what do you think about, how would you do this? But then I was like, no, he's still in the tournament. So,
it's okay. Now I've got to think about how I'm going to get Roman Reigns cheered in 2 years. So
I would start with a great amount of alcohol passed out to the fans and possibly some hallucinogenic drugs.
Yeah,
well,
hallucinogenic drugs.
I'm gonna let you know, since you let me know that, Nick, I have to go back to, I believe, WrestleMania 31. No, before that.
See, New Orleans was 30. What was 31?
That was San Francisco. That was Seth Rollins cashing in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that was.
So I've got early 2015 to 2018. I've got 3 years. God damn it. 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Well, the thing that I remember,
I am possibly going to push it to 25 minutes.
You're a sociopath.
Thank you.
No, he's a Bond villain, is what he is. He is a Bond villain.
Where's Bigglesworth? God damn it!
And changing and manipulating. Yeah, where's Bigglesworth?
He's asleep.
Understandable.
You're the greatest Bond villain to never appear in a Bond film.
Thank you.
I say that in all respect.
Well, that's because I'm definitely better than the villain that was in Quantum of Solace.
Yes, Quantum of Solace sucked.
Who the feck steals one reservoir of water?
Dave?
No, fair enough. I'm going to steal the world's drinking water, but one reservoir? That's not a Bond villain. That's a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Dave, I'm going to let you know, I hope you're ready for Badass Roman, because they should not have had him be a cartoonish face.
Nope.
Yeah,
I hope
that's actually one of the biggest letdowns of my movie watching life.
I will also let you know, I hope you're ready for a lot of Rusev in my booking.
When I watched Casino Royale and then immediately started Quantum of Solace after it, I have never felt such a letdown in my life.
He did not take advice from Matty. I am not EQing
confirm.
the captain.
I can confirm there's been no talks between me and Captain for the last 2 weeks about this booking.
There you
I
go,
can
Jimmy.
show you my tweets and my texts. There has been nothing.
Yeah, we have not talked about this booking in 2 weeks. So Jim, there's no conspiracy here.
And by the way, there's one tag team match on my card, and it's about as easy to book as making pancakes. So trust me. There are no good tag teams in WCW in the winter of '99.
No, there aren't. There aren't. I mean, you had Harlem Heat 2000.
Who the fuck?
That was in 2000.
That was in '99 December. They brought Big T in December in '99. That's when the gimmick started. That's when they took away Booker T's music and started having him come out to the Pied Piper theme. Because the lawyer, whose name eludes me at this point, had sued Booker T so he could no longer wear Stevie Ray's flames or come out to Stevie Ray's music anymore.
Well, he was originally Clarence Mason III, the attorney for the Camp Cornette, but he changed gimmicks in WCW.
Yeah, and I can't
Clarence
remember
Mason. Big part of
He
my
was
booking.
he was the Saul Goodman of pro wrestling.
I loved using him for my booking because the moment I saw that Clarence Mason, I was about to say, the moment I saw Clarence Mason in the room with Cornette, I was like, guys, I've got the tag team situation booked down.
Well, I love the angle when it was Sean and Davey, and they brought in Clarence Mason as the attorney who was going to be filing suit against Sean for sexual whatever. And the way they did that segment on Raw back in, it was April or May of 96, it was perfect because we were hot off the heels of Johnny Cochran getting OJ off. And Clarence Mason...
Jimmy, there is no help coming from them. No one is allowed to search for outside help during Buddy Wars. That's the whole point, and nobody has.
Jimmy, I have consulted with but one man when booking Starrcade 1999, and that is him.
I've got my friend Miller and Elk to thank for last few bookings.
I'm actually
that could have been really bad because he threw that.
Glad to see Buddy Wars season 1.
Timekeeper's table.
Oh, is this now a stretcher match?
It's an ambulance match.
But that's different from a stretcher match.
Yeah, but you can wheel him to the ambulance on the stretcher.
You can also strap him down to said stretcher.
On a hat at this point.
Oh my God.
Ben.
Nick, look what Tim just said.
I heard they all spend a lot of time visiting teachers in person.
I got my. Hey, Jim, I got those friends too, but I didn't have friends help me win Buddy Wars, damn it.
Are we finally going to get a closing of the doors?
No.
Oh, nope.
Oh!
Put his hand in the way.
That's not. Oh!
Oh, you crazy motherfucker!
Oh!
Good God.
Again?
Oh, man. Get out of the ambulance.
You're okay, baby.
Oh, wee. I have actually slammed my right ring finger in a door before.
Mm-hmm.
And had to have the nail amputated and everything. It is not pleasant.
It sucks.
That's one thing, but this man's just had both hands repeatedly slammed between an ambulance door.
I trapped my hand in a car door once, and that really, really hurt. So,
Devin slammed his hand in the door of a freezer at work the other day, and it still got black. And I say the other day. It was before he moved out, and that was about, hey, Cap, when did we go visit you?
Labor Day weekend.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Devin's fingers have been fucked up since then.
Well, nothing against your little brother, but this is also the same man who shoved an M80 into his rectal cavity.
I got someone to testify on my behalf for this now.
Butch Reed and Ron Simmons, I believe Teddy Long was their manager. Yes, he was their manager. Teddy Long is actually one of my favorite managers ever, and I don't think he got near the run he should have gotten.
I'd agree with that.
Teddy Long's great.
Unless he blocks you on Twitter.
I did get blocked by Teddy Long. I'll let you guys
I think everybody got blocked by Teddy Long.
Did you guys get blocked by Teddy Long? Because Alex was
got blocked by Teddy. I got blocked by Teddy, but that's because we're technically wrestling journalists, so he hates us all.
Bro, dude, the WrestleBuddy channel did not get blocked by Teddy Long. Alex told me that in person.
Yeah, but we did. So He's blocking the individual members of WrestleBuddy because we're the harassers.
Jimmy, did you get blocked by Teddy Long?
Player, tonight you are going one-on-one with the Undertaker.
I feel Teddy Long has to.
In a 6-man tag, baby.
I feel like Teddy Long has to add and follow everybody that he blocked on Twitter.
I would agree with this.
Teddy never got to Jimmy, he said.
Player.
Oh, by the way,
we're done.
Julius Creed, his brother gets to stay on NXT.
I kind of figured he was winning because of that stipulation.
And I will say, Pinky approves of that as well. The fact that Jimmy has that saved in here now is amazing.
Jimmy has something else saved in here now, Matty. Would you like to see it?
Oh, dear God.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I showed this earlier tonight on the captain's table, but I feel that this has got so centric towards Buddy Wars tonight that we need to show this again. So,
one more again.
One more time.
Oh, shh.
Thank you, Jimmy. Well, is there a conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen? Only you can find out, and you'll have to tune in on Monday night to find out. But as this is a fan-voted show where the fans decide who wins,
the power
I can't
is
see
in
how there's
your
a conspiracy.
hands.
The power is in your hands. You have to vote for the captain. You have to vote for Jimmy, baby. It comes down to who you think does better. Oh, and Mandy Rose and Alba Fire have finally re-arrived at the arena.
This has been the worst version of the
House of
Horrors match I've seen.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, as much as I would like to stay and cut more promos on Jimmy and watch more of this, unfortunately, my party is about to arrive, so I have to exit out. It has been a privilege to watch this with you guys. And I definitely look forward to NXT take over the table because I know you two are going to teach me far more than I could ever have learned on my own with NXT. I look forward to it. We got 3 more episodes of the table, and then we go to season 1, part 2. NXT take over the table. Part 2, yeah.
The conclusion.
Well, and it helps me a lot because I haven't started writing season 2 yet. I know it's WCW 1994 to 2001, but the exact what's going to be happening, I haven't put pen to paper yet. But Jimmy, I will see you on Monday. Maddie, Nick, thanks for having me tonight. It's been a pleasure. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Cap.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, Cap.
Peace, buddy. And then there were 2.
And it is the 2-man team of Tony Schiavone and your guys' discount, Eric Bischoff.
Actually, I'd say you're more like, what's his face from ECW? What was that announcer's name?
Which one?
Oh, what was his name?
Because there was Jackal, there was Joey Styles.
No, not the commentator. Not the commentator, the ring announcer.
Oh, shit. I can't.
Curly hair mustache.
For the life of me, can't remember. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I should know this.
Well, at least the match has started, and all the fires had the same face paint for a day and a half now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Well, so this is officially a match now then.
Yes, there's a referee present. The bell rang.
Right, well, I'm fully expecting Mandy to retain here, but it's been a year.
Has it really been a year already?
It's been a year. She won it at last Halloween Havoc. So in a week, it'll have been 1 year.
Yeah, because last Halloween Havoc, I believe, was like on the 28th or something.
Yep.
That has been a year. And it's been a pretty good year for Mandy Rose as champion.
I think Mandy Rose has done more in NXT than she ever did on the main roster, but I feel she was never ready for the main roster until now.
She's definitely ready for the main roster now. And I feel like Toxic Attraction are ready to go up as well, GG and JC.
Realistically, if you could have Toxic Attraction versus Damage Control, money.
Yeah.
That's a money feud.
But yeah, this has been going pretty well, pretty solid for over a year now. The whole Toxic Attraction. And yeah, I feel like this group would translate very well to the main roster.
I don't know, Jim. I've just got a feeling they want to give her a year as champion. I just feel that they want to give her a year as champion, so that's why she's going to win this match. I can see her losing the title in short affair afterwards.
And then was it AJ Powers as the ring announcer for ECW?
No, that is not who I am thinking of. Give me a minute. I'm going to Google this because it's driving me insane.
So what you mean to tell me is I need to grow out my shitty-ass mustache again?
Yes.
Yeah, and one of possibly the worst pictures I've ever taken of myself is a picture of me with just a mustache, and I sent it to the group chat. So these guys have had a chance to see what I look like with the mustache, and it's not pretty. Toxic Attraction has easily been the most redeemable thing on NXT, Jim says. And David says, Carmelo Hayes says hi. I feel like Toxic Attraction and Carmelo Hayes serve a completely different purpose, though, in the grand scheme of NXT.
Yeah.
Hey, David, could you do me a favor? I don't know if you've got the time to do this. Can you look up specifically when the Shield broke up? I know it was the night after, I believe, Battleground.
May 2013 in Extreme Rules.
Was their
last match. It was against Evolution.
Was it really 2013? Because
Yeah,
I could have swore that
2013.
Yeah, because WrestleMania 30 was in 2013, so right?
Yes.
Because I know that the Shield had a match against Kane and...
Though they were only officially disbanded until 2019.
Yeah, that's whenever they came back together. All right.
2018 to 2019.
So David says
2012 to 2014, they were active as a group.
Yeah, David said that they broke up June 2nd, 2014. Seth betrayed them and joined the Authority. Jimmy also followed that up June 2nd, 2014. So I got to go all the way back then and start booking.
Yep.
Toxic Attraction have come out to distract the Toxic Distraction.
It's a hell of a distraction.
Big super kick to JC Jane. Ref bump. Oh. What does Mandy Rose call that rising knee that she does?
The Rose Plant. Oh, no, that's Bailey's finish.
Yeah, I thought the Rose Plant was that knee straight down.
That's Bailey's finish. I don't know.
I also
the
wouldn't...
M trigger?
Now, V-Trigger, that's the name of a game, isn't it?
The V-Trigger is from Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
V-Trigger is a mode you go into in Street Fighter.
Okay. Oh.
Oops.
I forget what they call that, but they just hit their tag finisher on her.
High-low. Or as I like to call it, total elimination.
Total elimination, bro. Fuck yeah. 1,
Done.
2, 3.
Boom.
That
Jimmy,
match
I told
sucked.
you so.
That match sucked.
Yeah, that match from start to finish sucked. Like, the earlier part in the House of Horrors was terrible.
We've
and as I
had
said, I love my
We've had
Spooky
2
Bollocks
good
money.
matches.
Yeah.
We've
2.
had 2 good matches.
2 out of
Please,
5.
For the love of God, let Ilya, Braun, and JD be an absolute...
Well, realistically, it should be a banger. Like, it should be a banger. It's not necessarily that it will.
All right. While we are transitioning into this next match, my friends, I will be right back.
And I will turn into Joey Styles momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy what we do here at WrestleBuddy, if you like the content we put out, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel. It's free, it helps us out, and it's the only way the YouTube algorithm really knows it exists. Anybody in the chat, who's your picks for tonight's main event? Are you picking Braun? Are you picking Dragunov? Are you picking JD McDonough? It's going to be a tough match to call. Myself, I think Breaker's going to retain. I just don't think they're ready to take the belt off him yet. I think it should be Dragunov, but I don't think they're ready to take the belt off Breaker yet. So I'm going with Braun. What about everybody in the chat? Timmy's going with JD McDonough. Okay. You're going with Jordan Devlin. I can see why. They've been pushing him in that direction, but I just don't see him winning the world title after all the trouble he got into with the speaking out movement. Not yet. But I could be very wrong. He's the only one who hasn't touched the championship during this build, so... That makes sense. Set up the match with Owens at the December pay-per-view. But do you really think they want Kevin Owens losing to an NXT guy on December 10th? Because Kevin's not going to win the championship. Sean does like him. Oh, Cody Rhodes promo. Yeah, KO can take losses. I'd agree with that. But do they need him to take a loss to an NXT guy? It's not a good look either way. Having your main roster talent beat your NXT developmental guys doesn't do anything for the developmental guy. But losing to a developmental guy does nothing but harm the main roster talent. It's a massive push for the NXT guy. Like, I'll give you that. But it's just not, for me, it's not a solid decision. I like this repackage of Cody. Cody Rhodes, as I've discussed before, is my favorite modern day wrestler. I think he's a perfect blend of the old school and the new. He really gets it. He understands what professional wrestling is supposed to be as a high art form. This promo advantage is fantastic. I can't wait to see Cody back. I'm hoping he returns at the Rumble and wins the thing, but we shall see.
I didn't miss much, did I?
This is true, but have they officially announced this December 10th pay-per-view yet?
I know Fightful said something about it, and Wrestling Observer said that there was a rumor about it. So there has to be something, right?
Yeah.
So what did I miss? Oh, we just got a promo for Cody?
Just a Cody promo. Nothing else.
Damn, Crown Jewel's already 2 weeks away. What time is that gonna happen?
I think it'll be 5 p.m. my time. Are you picking Dragunov, Jim? Interesting. I'd like to see Ilya win this. I really would.
I think Crown Jewel goes on as soon as I get off work, so...
I think it's about 5 p.m. my time.
And is it on a Saturday or a Sunday this time?
Saturday, I believe.
Then I'm actually off that day. Let's go.
Nice.
Scott Steiner's legitimate son. Look at how great he looks.
Looking like he's just sniffed 3 cans of Tanner.
Dude, did you see?
And about 15 grams of cocaine.
Did you see I actually got into it with someone on Twitter because I made that joke? I was like, yes, Scott Steiner's legitimate son. And they're like, but he's Rick Steiner's. And I was like...
Yeah, but he's not.
But he's not.
Rick may think it's his kid.
But Scott was the one that planted that seed.
Scott was definitely the one that planted that seed.
And David just posted that. Apparently, December 10th, 2022, NXT Deadline is what it will be called.
Who are these two?
I believe, they're the number 1 contenders for Pretty Deadly. They won the tag triple threat, I believe. I've seen stuff of theirs like individually, but I haven't watched their tag matches.
I haven't seen any of it.
KO is the kind of guy that can make JD look good and get him over while beating him.
I'll give you that, Jimmy. He can. But do they really want to put the NXT title on Kevin Owens right now?
Did I miss something? Is there a reason Kevin Owens is being talked about a lot?
Yeah, I asked everybody who they thought was going to win.
Oh, okay.
In the main event. And a lot of people picking JD McCullough. And I said, do you really think they want him to win the title just to lose it to Kevin Owens? Because that's what's going to happen. Because Kevin is not losing to Jordan Devlin on a pay-per-view.
Nor should he.
No, right? Not a chance in hell. It's another proof, as I was saying before. Using NXT main roster stars on NXT television is not a good thing.
Oh, yes, we got Shotzi versus Lash Legend this Tuesday.
Oh, great. There we go. It's another one that Shotzi will probably win. It's fine for a temporary ratings boost. It helps boost your weekly TV, but it does nothing for your roster. Having developmental lose to the main guys does nothing for the to them. Yeah, they can get over in defeat to a certain extent, but it doesn't do them any favors. Just let developmental stand on its own 2 feet. That's what it's supposed to be for.
This should be the standout match of the night, right?
Oh, yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt, this should be the match of the night.
Because there's no way Damon Kemp versus Julius Creed is going to be match of the night in terms of...
It can't be.
Because, that ladder match was good. It's nowhere close to the Phoenix ladder match or the New Orleans ladder match that they had.
No, not a chance. It's nowhere close to the New York.
Close.
It's the New York ladder match.
Not even close to the one that they had last year for the 6-man NXT ladder match.
Yeah.
That one was insane. This Halloween Havoc just unfortunately feels like it fell flat.
Yeah.
Which is a damn shame because it had so much talent on this show.
They've got a lot of potential with the roster that they have in NXT right now, and I feel like they've squandered it a bit with this show.
Realistically, Ilya should be the one to win this one, right?
I would agree. Ilya, right? I said a couple of months back when they took the belt off him because of injury that the only reason they were taking the belt off him was because they knew they were shutting down NXT UK and they wanted him kept away from the collateral so they could bring him into NXT as a fresh face that people would recognize as a strong champion. I think Breakker needs a little more seasoning, but I can quite happily see Braun on the main roster right now.
Like I said earlier in the show, I see both Braun and Mello making their presence felt during the Rumble.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't see either of them being main roster until after Mania.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh.
And Braun Breakker is going to be one of those talents that whenever he comes up, the Raw after Mania, it will be a big deal.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. How big a deal will it really be without his surname? Hear me out. Here's the problem. Nobody watches NXT, man.
I understand that, but Braun Breakker was one of the only NXT guys brought to the UK live tours.
Oh, I know he was.
And he was getting that exposure there. He's been getting exposure.
But he's not doing the main roster live tour.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody realistically.
And Carmelo's the one that's on main event.
Exactly. Outside of the hardcore audience, nobody watches NXT anymore. Right? They just don't. So nobody really knows who Braun is. Without the surname Steiner, it's going to take a lot to get him over.
And that's another thing. I'm so surprised that they didn't just go with Steiner as his surname.
Apparently, it was his idea. Apparently, it was Braun's idea because he didn't want the pressure of having to live up to his father's name. I mean, it's weird because you look at him and you're like, oh, look, it's Scott Steiner.
Yeah, you look at him and you listen to him. It's Scott Steiner.
Just like Scott Steiner.
What if, all right, so this was another thing I was thinking of because they could totally just say fuck it because they did it with Raquel Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
What if they just debut him on the main roster as Braun Steiner?
I hope so. Honestly, I hope they do.
All right, Caden, quick rundown. Your new North American champion is Wes Lee. Julius Creed beat Damon Kemp in the ambulance match.
Mandy Rose retained the NXT Women's Championship
against Alba Fire. And Roxanne beat Cora Jade in what was a lackluster match, to say the least. It's not been the best card, but
right.
there's at least been.
Can you hear the music that's playing right now?
Did they change his entrance theme?
Why did they change his entrance music?
I don't have mine turned up. Did they change Unba Siegbar's entrance theme?
Yes, they did. And it's not good.
Is he at least orchestrating along with the music correctly?
No. No. Do you ever hear his Progress entrance music?
It was phenomenal. It got over the fact that he was the Russian juggernaut perfectly.
Yeah,
like from the first beat of his music in his match against Pete Dunne, you knew he was a juggernaut.
Yeah.
And the thing is, WWE bought Progress, so they could have easily brought over some of those themes. Could they not have?
They own it. They own it. So,
but do they own the entrance theme? Do they own the music?
They own They brought the content library.
Yeah.
So as long as the entrance music wasn't
wasn't copyrighted.
Copyrighted. They could use as much as they want.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was
pretty
thinking.
sure-
Was that one of Progress? Because Progress did have a music group towards the end.
Yeah, they did. Oh dear, he's going to smash some tombstones.
Does he have a shovel?
Yes, he does have a shovel. Have you noticed they always have Braun breaking things on his entrance?
Says
I
he's
know
Braun
his name is
Breaker.
Braun Breaker, but I think they lean into it a little bit too much.
They're not changing his last name, dude, when they bring him to the main roster.
No, they should.
And I wholeheartedly agree. I wholeheartedly agree, Jimmy. His gear is on point.
Yeah, they are. It's very early Steiner Brothers.
Why am I kind of surprised with All the Fire not winning the title tonight?
Dude, it was Mandy Rose's 1 year anniversary of winning the belt. There was no way that she was going to lose.
Timmy, I blame Sean. Don't blame Sean too harshly.
He only trains them. He doesn't fully book this. There are other people involved. See, he agrees. He's changed his name to Steiner. Thank you, Timmy.
But they're not going to.
No, but they should.
They should, but they're not going to.
Either way, this should be a banger.
I really do like that he's kind of brought the early 90s back as his gimmick.
Yeah, it really has. Talking about Booker T beating Scott at Halloween Havoc 2000.
That's not his uncle Book. That's his fucking father.
That's his dad.
That's Big Papa Pump, not Big Uncle Pump.
I think the Steiners just double teamed Braun's mother one day, and this is what happened.
Jesus. Oh, that's what Tidy was referring to. The changes to the music. That's not even on him either. It's Def Rebel. And let me say, Def Rebel might be the worst music group that WWE has worked with.
Yep.
Nick, how mad would you be?
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at all.
Really?
No, right? Here's my thing on Austin Theory.
And I agree with Dave here. Only way they change his name is if they take out one of the K's.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
But back to Caden's point.
Back to Caden's point. Basically, the way I look at Austin Theory is this. He ain't ready to be WWE champion. Right. No, I like Austin Theory. I do. I think he's got all the tools necessary to be that guy, but he's not that guy yet. So having him cash in on NXT, taking the NXT title for a while, and really building himself up as the NXT champion would do well. He'd be a perfect foil for Breaker on the brand.
And to be fair, I said he should have won the NXT title before he left NXT because he had that potential.
Yeah. Yeah, you have him cash in, turn this into a four-way, win the match. I'm absolutely fine with that. No one looks weak.
Yeah, because he comes in and looks like the opportunistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, David's with you here. Has to cash in somewhere, and he ain't ready for the main roster world title. Let him run with the NXT.
That exactly.
And he could have some really good matches with Dragunov, with
Breaker,
Devlin, with Breaker.
Tyler Bate.
Oh, I didn't even think about Tyler Bate.
I love Tyler. Tyler is
phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent that, and just because, he's only been up there for a couple of years, Theory has that main roster appeal to him now.
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, working with these guys and putting them over just makes NXT look better in the long run.
Yeah, it does. The one thing I will say about JD McDonough, Jordan Devlin, is he needs to change his moveset. He's supposed to be a badass heel, yet he has a babyface's moveset.
I don't know. I've always really thought that the headbutt, pull up, Saito suplex, I always thought that was befitting of like a calculated heel.
No, the devil inside and the headbutt works, but Drew McIntyre does headbutts and he's a babyface.
Yeah. Well, Devlin's got a big fucking head, so.
Yeah, he does. He's a really nice guy in real life. I met him a couple of years ago, Jordan Devlin. He's a really nice bloke. A great conversation with him about cheese.
Gallus and Mako went on a... Oh, yeah, I guess that would give them time to recover a little bit, because coming overseas.
Yeah, well, Mako can fuck right off.
He'd go from opportunistic, cowardly heel.
Yeah, it would do him wonders. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because whenever Kevin Owens is a heel, he does just slightly change his moveset.
Yeah. Oh, shut up with your shucky ducky quack quack book.
Oh, he actually said it?
Yeah, he said it.
You see, when I see Timmy saying that on Twitter, I'm like, I really hope that he hasn't said it on NXT TV.
No, he said it on NXT TV. He said that clothesline is the shucky ducky quack quack moment of the night. I don't even know what that means.
That's amazing. Braun Breaker is just an absolute monster of a man.
Braun, yeah, he's a beast. But he's got that Steiner DNA, dude. Like, he was always going to be a beast.
Can we get him to do the backflip fall-away suplex that Scott used to do?
I reckon he could possibly do it.
He's athletic enough. His knees are good enough to do it.
My favorite move of Scott Steiner's was that butterfly underhook powerbomb. Always loved it. The butterfly underhook powerbomb was something else because you have to be powerful to get that move off.
I tried doing it to Devin and made him land on his fucking neck one time.
Yeah, it's not easy, dude.
It's not easy.
Not easy. You get him halfway up, the legs are up in the air, and then it's just, oh crap, this is heavy.
Yeah, and not only that, you're like, how do I transfer that like that? Yeah. I had to like grab a hold of like the back of Devin's like pants or whatever to like try to get that extra leverage. But even then,
Dragunov sells so much. Like, he's so good at it. Just took a power slam then, and you think you've been shot out of a cannon.
It's the veins in the side of his head that just pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't tease me like that, David.
Oh, I'd love to see Dragunov versus Okada. I'd actually like to see him wrestle Tetsuya Naito more.
Heard Nakamura's... Yeah, I did hear Nakamura's going to be doing more stuff in NXT.
Yeah, now, unfortunately.
Now, he's one of those ones that he can take losses in NXT and help build up the talent.
I hope so.
Because
but he won his match this week.
Against fucking Tony D'Angelo's henchman.
I know. Shinsuke should be winning those matches. But as I said, I am not a fan of them bringing guys from the main roster to NXT. It overshadows the guys on NXT.
It does, but Nakamura is one of those guys that he can go down there and have hard-hitting matches with some of these younger guys, and it makes sense and it works.
But the reason people are tuning in isn't to see these younger guys. It's to see Shinsuke Nakamura. It's to see Kevin Owens. They need to get it to the point where people are tuning in for the sake of, like we used to. We used to watch NXT because it was NXT. Now you're watching it for the main roster special appearances. That's just not good.
And like we were saying earlier, network specials like this don't go any distance in helping them look better.
No. They get one match.
We've had 2 good matches. I'll say they've gone 50-50 tonight.
Yeah, the ladder match and the ambulance match were quite
and
good.
this match has been very fun
Very
so
good.
far.
Yes.
So we're batting 3 of 5 tonight. That's in. Oh dear God, are you okay, Braun?
That was a hell of a knee drop.
Dude, he got all of it onto Braun's face. But yeah, like 3 of 5, it doesn't equate to a bad show. But
no,
like we're going to be examining on Takeover the Table, these NXT shows used to be banger after banger after banger, 5 matches that were all 3.5 to 5 star level matches. And I understand, again, they turned it back to a developmental. They wanted it to, build more younger talent, and it's doing that. I don't remember what was the first NXT watch along that we did. That we said it's looking bright for 2.0 with the talent that they had, and
I think wasn't that the same as WrestleMania weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, because that was a good show,
and it showed a lot of bright points that NXT 2.0 had to offer, and like we've seen it now, but it's just they're using ideas that don't quite work. Their booking isn't quite the most. Yes, Caden. That was my match of the year in 2018. Was Nikki Cross versus Asuka in the last woman standing match.
Yeah.
That was my full-on match of the year of 2018.
Matt, check your Twitter. Forgot to tell you before, but I couldn't really tell you while the captain was here, so.
Checking. Bro, if Jimmy had a hard time with our last on the fly booking, that 5-minute booking is going to kill him.
It's going to kill them both, dude. That's the plan.
The WrestleMania, that for me, that year would have been easy to book a WrestleMania. You've got so much talent that you could have used, and you've got one of the weirdest tag team matches of all time.
Yeah. Like, seriously, that Mania should have been amazing, but for some reason, it's just not. It just did not work.
I don't even think Jimmy's in the chat anymore. I haven't seen him pop up in a minute.
I'm talking to him now.
Someone who agrees with you, Nick.
Yes, Meiko Satomura is ancient. Meiko Satomura has no place in modern wrestling. Meiko Satomura has no timing. Meiko Satomura has no panache, has no charisma, has no in-ring style, and basically shouldn't be on the main roster or the NXT roster. She should retire, disappear, and do the business a favor.
Oh, I think Captain is a little upset that he wasn't here for that part.
Jimmy says, surprise, motherfucker.
Some fries, motherfucker. Braun Breaker took the top half of Ilya Dragunov off with that clothesline.
Oh! That was a stiff headbutt.
And Braun Breaker doing what he can to save Ilya so that way he doesn't land on top of Devlin as well. to be fair, Tim, I don't have an issue with Meiko Satomura. It is my partner here to my left that's not the biggest Meiko fan.
Biggest? She's the worst thing to happen to professional women's wrestling in the last 100 years. Since 1907, there has never been a women's professional wrestler as piss poor as Meiko Satomura that has been elevated to a level by an uneducated fan base to where they think she's actually good and they give her a nickname like the Final Boss. All she did was bury legitimate talent in NXT UK, like Ginny. Legitimate talent that is talented beyond belief. But for some reason, they were like, oh, no. We'll put the belt on the 147-year-old.
Here you go, Nick.
No. I said Meiko Satomura is one of the worst things to happen to professional wrestling. Eva Marie is not a professional wrestler. Eva Marie is a fitness model that likes to play at professional wrestling.
I will say, on a happier note, hell yeah, Willow Nightingale getting signed to AEW.
I'm a huge Willow Nightingale fan. What took them so damn long?
I was about to say, both me and my fiance are huge Willow Nightingale fans.
Willow's great. She is infectiously happy.
It's hard not to smile when she's on TV.
Yeah, she is infectiously happy, and that is a good thing. Oh, three-way beatdown.
She's so genuine.
Yeah, she like my fiance just said, she's so genuine. Like everything that she gets across in the ring, it feels real. It feels natural because it is.
Yeah. Go on, Dragunov. Oh, that was a chop.
I love Dragunov's sentoms because he gets like 6 feet up in the air.
It's the twist when he dips as well. It's like usually everyone just comes down flat. He rotates his body and makes it look more impactful.
That's what I love to see. Look at the love in the chat for Willow Nightingale. Fuck yeah,
man. Because Willow is amazing.
She's phenomenal.
She does a fantastic pounce as well.
Bro, one of the best in... What the fuck happened to my camera?
I was just wondering that.
Did that just happen?
That literally just happened. It's like I'm looking through beer goggles, mate.
Same. Well, you guys get drunk Maddie for a little... What the hell?
I mean, your sound's coming through fine.
Yeah, just the camera's fogged up.
Oh, should I maybe turn this off?
I am very blurry-ish.
Camera's fogged up. Yeah, we know, Jim. We just don't know how to fix it.
There we go.
That's better.
What the fuck?
I have no idea, mate. Technical issues, what can you say? Power.
Shit, technical difficulty. Technical difficulties. Quick. Technical difficulties. That was the weirdest thing I've... Bro, my door's shut. And big brain buster from Devlin.
Yeah.
And I can get away with calling him Devlin because JD stands for Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, it does. And it will always stand for Jordan Devlin.
Bringing back memories to David again. Thank you, Dutch.
Thanks, Tyler.
Now, this match has been fun.
This match has been very good. But
it's definitely slowing down.
It's slowing down because they're building to a crescendo.
Yeah, we're definitely getting into like the end of the match.
And also because I think Breaker's getting a bit gassed.
Oh, without a doubt. This match has been going for what, 15 minutes now?
Yeah. I mean, Dragunov ain't getting graft. Anyone that's seen his work against Walter knows
If anybody's watched not just his match against Walter, watch his match against Pete Dunne. They go for like 48 minutes, and
Match with
neither man
Tyler
really
Bate.
breaks a sweat.
Yeah, match with Tyler Bate.
He's also got
really
some
good
of the
match with
most
Trent
violent
Seven, too.
German suplexes.
Reminds me of Benoit in the way he throws them.
Do you know who had a really good match with Trent Seven in progress? Eddie Kingston. Their match that they had before Trent Seven left and before Eddie Kingston stopped doing the British Indies.
I was there live for that match.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
That match was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that match was amazing. We were fourth. Me and Simon were fourth row for that one.
Yeah. So did you guys get any of the sweat on you while they were beating the piss out of each other in the crowd? Or
he sat on me.
I need to go back and watch it. I need to go back and watch it.
Trent sat on me for like 2 seconds, and then he got punched and got off me.
I need to go back and find that match again. What do you remember? What chapter that was, Nick?
No.
Fuck.
The only chapter I remember is 92.
Oh,
because that was Dragunov versus Walter, and I was ringside.
Yeah, no, but that match was so fun. Ending a match with a middle rope pile driver is always insane.
Yeah.
Eddie teaming up with Okada against Jay White and Juice this month in New York. Ooh, that should be fun.
That should be fun. What's the story with Juice?
With him joining Bullet Club?
Because, no, the thing is, he's no longer under contract in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, what's
handshake
his story?
Deal?
At the moment, he's working on a handshake deal because his contract ran out 3 months, 2.5 months ago. No, a month and a half ago.
I think he's literally just working maybe until Wrestle Kingdom.
Unbazipa.
Oh, was that a Torpedo Moscow or was that a Rising Knee?
That was a knee.
Could you imagine if that ended the match though? Of him going for the spear and getting hit with the
Unbazipa.
Here we go.
Unbazipa. Let's go.
Boom. That move is so aggressive, bro. 1,
nice.
2.
Very nicely done. What a fantastic breakup.
Jordan Devlin is such a good fucking talent. Now, Juice Robinson's a guy who I think would do well in WWE.
Juice should have done well in WWE the first time when he was
CJ Parker, but
CJ
what
Parker.
The fuck was his gimmick again?
Do
That's
you
right.
want to know why CJ Parker's a funny name?
Why?
Because it's the same name as Pamela Anderson's character in Baywatch.
Is that really?
Mm-hmm. CJ Parker. That's where the name came from, if you didn't know.
So not only did they give him this goofy-ass environmentalist gimmick.
Yeah. They also named him after
That was
Pamela
a beautiful
Anderson.
Spanish fly.
Yeah, it was.
Is Vic Joseph wearing a Misfit shirt?
I think it's just a skull.
Okay. I will say, watching this pay-per-view, all 2000s, 2000 to 2010s backstage, very interesting. So what did I miss on SmackDown last night?
Do you want the full breakdown?
Give me the most important bits.
Sheamus got injured.
I heard about that. They took a chair to his elbow.
They Pillmanized his arm on the steel steps, and when I say Pillmanized it, they boot belted him in the arm about 15 times.
Jesus.
Yeah,
and I heard it was Jay.
Jay Uso went crazy, and then Sammy called him off. That was a reasonable match. They set up Legado del Fantasma versus Hit Row.
I did see the Logan Paul knocking out Jey Uso at the end of the show, though.
That right. I said it last night when I was doing my review. Logan Paul can talk, but Logan Paul cannot cut a promo.
No.
nothing
He can work
says
too.
lands.
He's good
No,
in
he
the
can
ring.
work. It sickens me, but it's true. But he literally he can't cut a promo. Nothing he says lands. It's like he wants it to, but it never lands.
Nick, are we getting the ending here?
It looks like
Oh!
it's coming up that way. I say we got about 4 minutes, if that.
Beautiful
Maybe 3.
German suplex. Now, what I forget, what does he call his rebound suplex? Or it's a Ode to Constantine. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Named after his daughter, right?
Yeah, the redown clothesline, not a suplex.
Oh, did I say suplex? My bad. Yep, plug it. Plug
Count
it,
him
guys.
down. As I figured. Thanks, Dave. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, both Dave and Jimmy both plug in the recaps.
Thank you, Jimmy. Mind you, I always skip Raw and watch Jimmy's recaps. So
it did feel like this match kind of ended abruptly.
yeah, very flat ending. Because unfortunately, Breaker's a flat champion.
Yeah,
Like
he's got a lot of upside.
Oh, there's loads of upside to him, but unfortunately, he's been the champion for what?
Almost a year now, I think. Didn't he beat Tommy at last year's Halloween Havoc?
Yep. Yep. So it's a case of, let me think. 1 year as champion, about 9 title defenses in that year.
Not horrible matches.
No, not horrible matches.
None of them have been bad matches.
He has vastly improved as the year has gone on.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I feel like they've done everything they can do with Braun as NXT champion now. This was the perfect opportunity to replace that and to move on to something new while keeping Braun strong. Because it was a triple threat, he didn't have to lose to win.
But
so he didn't have to lose to lose.
With the rumored PLE for NXT happening at the end of December, or the beginning of December, that gives Braun time to lose the belt, go work in the Performance Center for about a month before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And then he's got roughly 3 to 4 months of promo time. Promo classes before Mania. Do you think that he can be a top level talent on the main roster?
Yes. I honestly think Braun Breaker has all the tools necessary to be a top level guy. I just think he needs a bit more polish. And that's the problem.
I think so. It's got to be Braun and Melo, right?
It's got to be Carmelo Hayes. Right? Because you just took the North American Championship on him. Carmelo is way beyond mid-card in NXT. It has to be Carmelo Hayes that goes for that belt. And I'd have him win. I'd really have him win.
Yeah, that's who's going to hold the belt until Mania, I think, is going to be Carmelo Hayes, because he doesn't need a long reign. He just needs to prove that he can hold the main strap confidently. Yeah,
that's literally what it is.
And to David's point, I don't disagree with that. This was a very middle of the run.
I wouldn't even give it a 5.75. I'd give it a 5.
You'd give it straight down the middle?
Straight out of 5 out of 10. Just
this was like a very middle of the road event.
The main event could have saved it.
And then it ended flat.
It ended flat, so it didn't save it. It was an unfortunate finish to an unfortunate event. But that's why we do these things, Matt, so other people don't have to.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Captain, for being here earlier on.
Yeah, thank you for being here for the first 2 hours.
Everybody that sticks around for these things and watches them with us, it means the world to me personally. So, gentlemen, I'm going to say it one more time. If you like what we do here at WrestleBuddy, if you appreciate the content we're putting out, please consider liking for the video and subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. It's free, and it's the only way the YouTube algorithm knows we exist. So, I've been Nick the Geek. Here's been Matty Laws. Matty, take us home.
Time for you guys to be reminded to stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. This is the point in the show where we wave. Bye.
Bye.